Apostle Mensa? All right, while we wait for Apostle Mensa to connect his device, let me welcome you to the South Africa webinar today. We have a great turnout, and we have our speakers. We'll have Michael Williams begin, and he will be talking about where ONPASSIVE is today and where it's going. And then we're going to have Marty say a few words, Marty DeGarmo. And then we will take it to the OTEC pros to speak, after which time we will have a question and answer and comment session. All right? Give me a second. Let me look for Apostle Mensa, see if he hooked up his second device. Okay, I don't see him there. Apostle Mensa, you may want to just proceed with your current device.
You can unmute him, Lynn. He's in. He's muted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in. Let me find him.
He's in with a different name.
What name?
What's the name? Bali?
Bali, yeah.
Yeah, Bali with
Bali,
the red
okay.
with the red t-shirt.
I've asked him to unmute.
Okay, and
you can make him co-host now.
Okay, under Bali, B-A-L-I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look for him. Oh, okay, I see him. Okay, Apostle Mensa.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Lynn. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful family. We are so grateful for this day that you've given us the opportunity as a South African community for this wonderful webinar. We are so grateful, and we want to say thank you and welcome each and every one of you for being part of this webinar. We are so grateful for all the panelists for the wonderful time that you are going to spend with us. We say thank you before even time. At this time, we want to introduce a very wonderful lady to do the introduction for the first one. Our sister Lane has been a great blessing to us in all the webinars. She has really sacrificed and has been in and out doing all that. And I just want us to welcome her and say thank you in my own way, to say thank you so much for what you have done. And I will say, may you please introduce the first speaker, our wonderful first speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome everyone to the South Africa webinar, and we're going to have a nice lineup of speakers today. Our first speaker is Michael Williams. He's a leader in this company. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Michael Williams is. And when he speaks, people come because he provides good information and he stays up to date with what is happening. So today he's going to present to us ONPASSIVE. You can take the floor now, Michael Williams.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you, Apostle Mensa, for inviting me to this webinar today. You know, every time we get together with our founders, we know it's always a grand time. Like-minded individuals, you know, who are going somewhere. You know, we are certainly going somewhere, not just here just to pass time. Right? We are certainly here to basically help to uplift all of humanity if possible, right? We know that there are, you know, a lot of economies out there that are in trouble, even in the United States, okay? So I would say all economies around the world are in trouble, but there are some more so than others, right? And so as we look at, the whole idea of what an economy is, right? We understand that, it has to do with the wealth and the resources of a country, right? Especially when we're talking about the production or the consumption of goods and services. And as we bring that back into ONPASSIVE, what we're talking about is the goods or products that ONPASSIVE will produce, right? So that it can be sold to the marketplace, so people can receive the value from that, right? And so we know that ONPASSIVE in of itself is really creating a new economy, right? An economy where every single person can participate in, every single person can win within that economy by simply choosing to get in. And so we as founders, that's what we've done, right? We've understood the process, right? A message was communicated to us, we decided to accept, right? And so we jumped in. And because of that, all of us are going to win, which is why the phrase was coined, we are in it to win it, or we are so in it, right, to win it, or we are in it to so win it. Any way you want to take it, the bottom line is because we are in, we're going to win. Now we know, or we should know, all the various products that ONPASSIVE have to date, right, that have been mentioned, and we know there's going to be a lot more as we move forward, right? But we should know that, and if we don't know that, all we have to do is go to our corporate website onpassive.com, where we can see the list of products that are on the table at this time, okay? And so all those products will be able to go out to the marketplace, go out to consumers, okay? Customers, go out there to the public, and if they see something that makes sense, what are they gonna do? They're gonna engage, okay? They're gonna get more information, and ultimately they're going to buy, right? They're going to buy. Now, who's gonna want all these products that ONPASSIVE has to offer, right? You can basically say everyone. Doesn't matter if a person's a lawyer, doctor, teacher. It doesn't matter if somebody's into Forex trading, crypto trading, real estate investors. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter if people are simply just looking for a way out. All people want to do is, can I find a way, a method, a means of being able to generate income for myself and my family? So it doesn't really matter. We're talking about more than 5 billion people that's on the internet, but we also included every single person around the globe. So even if they're not on the internet, okay, we're talking about them as well. So in total, that's almost 8 billion people. So can you imagine the impact? Can you imagine the reach that ONPASSIVE will have within people's household, right? They say, right, according to the stats, they say that internet sales alone is expected to be more than 5 trillion with a T this year. So how do we benefit in that economy? How do we profit from all of that, right? All of us should understand the sales process that ONPASSIVE will take us through. We should know that ONPASSIVE is going to set up a unique domain name for us. ONPASSIVE is going to create the content on that site. ONPASSIVE is going to drive visitors, okay? What are visitors? Visitors are potential customers, okay? ONPASSIVE will make it so that these individuals are targeted, meaning they're looking for what we have to offer. So as that process continues day after day, week after week, month after month, okay, what's going to happen? Sales are going to be generated, okay? And if sales are generated, it means that we are now making an income, because that's how the process works, folks. Right? I see some people are getting ahead of themselves, wondering about this and that and all this fancy stuff. But if we just stick to the basics, understanding from A.
Does everybody
Through
see
that
that he's
process.
frozen? Oh, Michael, just to let you know, about 10 seconds of you just got frozen.
Frozen, wow.
And then you came back.
Okay, so, well, if you missed it, you missed it, because I don't know what I just said.
Okay,
Anyway,
alrighty.
right?
If it happens like, over and over, what we can do is have you turn your camera off, but it might be
sure.
okay.
This is
Please
a
proceed.
this is a new one for me. Freezing. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So, once we all understand the sales process, because it's important that we understand how we make money on passive. Okay. It's not some pie in the sky thing. It's not some, something that's closed behind, it's real, folks. It's a real business, and every real business have to sell products and or services. Okay. So again, we know the various products, it's on the corporate website. Okay, we've been talking about them over and over and over again. These products need to be sold. So whether that's O Trim, whether that's O Mail, whether it's O Connect, O Academy, okay, it doesn't matter. These products need to be sold to the public, okay, and we're going to generate income as a result of having these customers. Okay, so it's all about customers. So the company is gearing up. The company is planning. They're not planning for you and for me. They're planning for the public. They're planning for hundreds of millions of consumers that will purchase ONPASSIVE products. So as a result of that planning for such large number of individuals, it takes time. Okay, it's as simple as that, folks. So it's not about a delay. It's not about why it's not. It takes time to plan a real business, okay? And the difference with ONPASSIVE and some of the businesses out there is that ONPASSIVE is doing everything in advance, okay? ONPASSIVE is not trying to go out there, oh, let's get started. We can just incorporate a business and slap some label on. We're ready to go. We have 1 or 2 products. Let's start selling. And then you're not ready for the volume that is coming. So now you have to take a step back. Oh, we got to pause, right? We got to pause. We're going to go back to the drawing board, create some more things, build up our technology and come back to the public again. You don't want to do that, folks. Okay, so ONPASSIVE is simply taking the approach of doing everything in advance. It's all ready to go. We can, if 100 people came on day 1, we're good. If 100 million people came in on day 1, we're good. If 500 million people come in on day 1, we're good. That's the work that's being done with ONPASSIVE, okay? And we're almost there. We are almost there. That's why you see that no more founders can register, okay? That phase is over, okay? It's time to start selling products. And so the company is gearing up for all of that, because I'm telling you, folks, we have to understand the state of the marketplace. What's going on in the world? We have to understand everything now is on the internet. You have people that are working on the internet full-time. Okay, full-time, like traditional jobs, you have people that are now working from home. They're using the internet, okay, to do whatever it is that they're doing, okay? That's what's going on. Education, okay? We've seen that with the pandemic, right? How more and more students had to stay home, etc., okay, and have to learn from home, okay? Universities are doing that, okay? So it's the future, folks. Whether it's human resource management, it doesn't matter. Everything is being done on the internet. Communication, right? Think of all the different platforms, different companies have come out with various products that's catering to communicating. And how are they doing it? They're doing it via the internet, okay? That's what's going on, folks. Banking, right? So every sector you can think of, in other words, okay, is connected to the World Wide Web. It's connected to the internet. So ONPASSIVE is poised. We're right there in the midst of all of that, okay, to benefit, to take advantage, to be able to reach massive amount of people, okay? Can you imagine if you had 1 million visitors coming to your site? And these are 1 million people looking for what you have to offer? Can you imagine the amount of sales that you generate as a result of that? Okay, we're talking about massive numbers, folks. We're talking about being able to reach every single person on the internet, okay? So it's a massive task. There's no doubt about that, okay? It is something that we have to be prepared for, okay? It's only, good wisdom, right? Okay, Our CEO knows what he's doing is the bottom line. Okay, he knows what he's doing. The staff that he's hired, they know what he's doing because he's not doing it by himself. Okay, so we have to understand that all of us get to participate in this new economy. And the best part about it is that we don't have to even understand the new economy. We don't have to be tech savvy, right? I know we've got some tech pros on here, but we certainly don't have to be like them, right? If you're a grandmother and all you desire is to be able to, leave a legacy for your grandchildren, welcome aboard, right? If you're a teenager, you're 18, 19 years old, okay, you're just getting started in university and you don't know what's ahead of you, because not because you go to university to mean that you're guaranteed a job in your field. You understand? So it's good to have something that it doesn't matter what field you choose to go in, you're going to be okay financially. Okay? It also gives you the ability and the option to be able to do what you truly love, because we know a lot of people go to school, but it's not what they really want. You have somebody studying to be a doctor, but they really don't want to be a doctor. They just know that, well, if I become a doctor, it's good pay, but it's not my passion, right? You have some people that are teachers. They don't really want to be a teacher. Okay, that's one of the problems we have in our school system. Okay, you have a lot of people, they're there just to make a buck. It's not their passion. They're not really interested in helping students achieve. They're just there. I need to go through, okay, 9 o'clock, okay, 3 o'clock, school's over. All right, next, right? As opposed to spending the time, giving quality, right? We talk about over market value. Most occupations are not delivering that. Okay, most products are not delivering that. When they come to the marketplace, it's just, oh, let's just get something that can make us some money, and here we go. And yet we have a company that wants to provide value, provide something to the public that when they get it, it's like, wow, this is refreshing. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Because guess what happens when you provide that? They become a loyal customer. They will stay with you year after year after year after year. And that's what you need if you want residual income. Okay, you need to have loyal customers. And we're going to have that with ONPASSIVE because the value is going to be next to none. Okay, so that's what we have. And so as I said in the message that I posted earlier today, all we have to do is lock arms with our CEO, right? Lock arms. That's all we have to do, right? Because as he said in his message, we are rewriting history. So wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Because this is something that's been done in a positive way, because you can rewrite history in a negative way too, right? We're talking about something that is positive. We're talking about owning the internet. Wouldn't you want to own a piece of the internet? Like, wouldn't you want to? Just the fact that you have a unique domain name, you actually own a piece of the internet. Just that alone, okay? Now, how you monetize that now, that's a different story. But the beautiful thing about it is that ONPASSIVE is going to monetize that domain name for us, okay? So folks, let's understand what we have. Let's pay attention. Let's continue to be positive, knowing that our future is secure. Secure. Right? People, they save, as much as they can. So when they retire, right, they have some sort of security, right? The government calls it social security, right? But if that's all we're dependent on is the government's social security, it's not very secure, is it? Right? It certainly isn't. That's why people have their 401ks and RRSPs and all this other fancy stuff. People really have to do stuff on their own, because if what the government's going to provide was enough, then no one needs to be invested in stocks and bonds and all these fancy stuff, right? The reality is we have a business now that we can count on for social security, financial security. We have a company that we can count on that for. You understand? So this thing is going to touch the 5+ billion people around the world that make less than $10 a day. It's going to touch their lives. Even if all ONPASSIVE did for them was just to double that income. If they're making $10 a day, now they're making $20 a day. Can you imagine the impact that would have? And that's just a small increase. Think about it, right? I know $20 a day would not be sufficient for me and my family, right? It wouldn't be. But for someone who's making $10 a day, or let's say you're making even $100 a day, and all of a sudden now you're making $150 a day as a result of ONPASSIVE. Think of the impact that would have on your life. And if you can't relate to that, what if you're making $2,000 a month? And all of a sudden, because of ONPASSIVE now, because of the sales of these products, right? Now you're able to generate an extra $500 a month on top of what your job is providing for you. Think of the difference that could make in your life. You understand, folks? So it's not necessarily all the time about this massive numbers and not people are going to be millionaires and all this crazy stuff. The reality is most people around the world just need a little more than what they have right now. They just need a helping hand. They just need someone to say, hey, you know what? I got your back. I have something that is going to change your life financially. Not something that's going to make you rich. Not something that's going to make you a billionaire. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about making that individual a little bit more secure than they were the day before. ONPASSIVE is going to touch lives. And I'm so proud and grateful and thankful to be a part of this process and this journey. So everyone, I salute you for making that fantastic, wise decision to get into ONPASSIVE. Back to you, Lynn.
Thank you,
Thank
Michael.
you so much.
Oh, go ahead, Apostle Mensa.
Thank you so much, Mr. Michael Williams, for this great presentation. Whenever you speak, you organize the thoughts so well that it touches the heart and enlightens us. We're so proud. Thank you so much. And let me also say welcome once again, the South African community, for your participation in our webinar. You are welcome once again. The next speaker is somebody who needs also no introduction. And then after Mr. Michael William has spoken and has given us such great thoughts, we will want to call him so that he will grease it in his own style as well. And so we want to welcome to the platform a wonderful father, a good friend, and then I call him the main man with Ash, Marty Digamo. Let's welcome him. Marty, the floor is yours.
I had no idea you were talking about me. Hilarious. Anyway, yeah, I'll try to go around what Michael said, although that's not an easy task. But you know, we talk about what we're in and what we have, and we don't know. But I know this: it's bigger than anything I've ever seen. And even the little bit I know would be enough for me. To know it's 10 times that, maybe, I don't even know what to say. But you know, Michael was talking about, a lot of times Ash comes on a webinar, he tells you what he's doing, and because people don't go there with an open mind, they don't hear what he said. What he said in the last few weeks is, I'm building the biggest platform for a company that ever has ever been on this planet. Now, why would you do that? Because he knows what's out there. He knows what's coming. You know, somebody asked me, you know, is the market there? Yes. The products that we sell are being sold. And if you add it all up, what we know is probably $1 trillion market cap, if you count e-learning and all that. Now, what has he done? He threw the big V on it, which is value. The whole world is in a recession of some type. And if you can add value to any company or any human being, and you have the quality, and you have the support, and you don't have any of the shenanigans where you get a product and after you get in, there's a little small writing, well, if you really want the best part of this, add another $50. And if you want to be the king of this, $30 more. And I've done that because it's like a trap. You're in, you can't afford to get out. So you keep following that little trail of cheese until you finally get caught in the trap. And that's sad. It's just underhanded. And a lot of people get trapped in that. And they think that's good marketing. For me, it's horrible. It's what I hated about the business. Be truthful. So Ash goes out and sees all the products that are in high demand already. He's not reinventing the wheel. It's just going to spin better and roll better, much better. AI integrated and things that are in high demand right now. You take, for example, Zoom. The one package that we're in now is close to 10 grand a month. Is it limited? No. He can hold 20, but at 20 it kicks out people. It's not that good. It's one of the best out there, but it's not that good. So he decided, I'm going to make all these products that people want now as a high demand. I'm going to give the best value I possibly can, and I'm going to share the wealth with the people in the business. Holy cow. Who does that? No one. I thought for 18 years online, is there a company out there like ONPASSIVE? That's what I was looking for. I was naive. There wasn't one. No matter what little thing I would help build myself, Mike and Dan, to help people, you couldn't do it. You couldn't help enough people because the business wasn't designed to help people. ONPASSIVE is built with heart. It's built to help. And I hear people say, well, the time and all that. You know, first thing is you can't compare it to anything else. If you don't have the foundation, trust me, if this company launched and there was something wrong, a payment or any little thing like that, all the people that say, I got your back, they would be very upset and say not very nice things. How do I know? I've been in probably 30 launches, 1,000th the size of this one. And all 30 of them within 6 months are gone. Some of them on day one. Why? Pay now or play later. Right? You can pay now and play later, or you can play now and pay later. The second one's not good. Because if you have a major catastrophe with pay or something's not right, you don't get a second chance at a debut. People are not that friendly. They'll be upset, really upset. So when Ash is taking the time to get it right, thank God. Thank God that he's not going over the stress of people. We got to do this now. No, we don't. We got to do it right. If we do it right, everything's out there. People are going to love it. And every time that somebody buys it, you get a commission. And like Michael said, if you look at customer first, and you give them what they want, and they're happy with what they have, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And it's hard for people to go out. I look at competition. At first I was thinking, well, there's a lot of competition. But really, because of the design from the birth of ONPASSIVE was value, what does a company do that has been going completely by capitalism? How much can I make and how cheap can I make it for you? Spin that upside down. I'm going to give you the best value, the best quality, the best everything, and then worry about the money later. Well, the funny thing is, if you give those things that Ash says, it equals money, a lot of money. It's so funny, he doesn't have to say it. He never says it. And it took me a year or so, this guy never says money, he says value. But the more you learn, if you wrap your head around what he's doing, the ingredients of ONPASSIVE is money, a lot of money, because he's giving people value. Nobody's in love with a company. If somebody could do what they're doing for me now, cheaper and higher quality, I'm gone. ONPASSIVE's going to do that, everything they touch. And all we have to do is sit back and reap as part of the rewards. My God. We have died and gone to heaven. We get a commission every time there's a sale. Let's not be foolish. Day one, I'm going to make $1 million. Newsflash, things got to be sold to get a commission. No, I hear people, I got people that got in 3 years ago, never even logged in, and they're already looking for islands to buy. Okay, calm down. Let's do this. Let's be smart. It's a business. Items are sold. You make a commission. Some people pushed it, some didn't, and that's okay. But like Michael said, we saw a glimpse of that dashboard. It blew me away. He's making something very, very technical, very, very simple to use. That in itself is high technology. Take something very difficult and make it so that my grandmother could do it. We're in a very, very good place. And we're in a place that is only up from here. I used to tell people, could you imagine if you'd be a founder of Amazon or a founder of Microsoft or of Google? But I said, why am I comparing to that? Amazon started in an attic. Google started in a garage. We started in the Burj Khalifa. Where are we going from there? It's only up. So we're very, very fortunate. The thing is, ask a couple things. Be loyal, have faith, trust in the system, grab hold, lock yourself in tight. We're on the ride for our lives. And like Mike said, lock arms with each other. Some people may not quite get it, but if you hang around positive long enough, through osmosis, you become positive. The vision can be seen vicariously through other people until they see it. I've told the same story 50 times. On the 49th time, the person comes back to me and says, oh my God, this company's huge. I said, yeah, I've been saying that for 6 months. You don't know when somebody's going to get it and understand it. But all we can do, we work together. We are so fortunate. We are so fortunate. And remember this, a good day for Ash sucks. Trust me. He told me one time, do you think I sit at a table and talk to people virtually over the internet and say, I want to do this, 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 and this? How many times do you think he gets yes the first time? Never. Because he wants to do something that's never been done. You know how people are. The first thing they do is say, well, you can't do that. Ash thrives on that. And if he pushes enough and gets, because he believes if you can think it, you can do it. I do too. Look at history. Edison was a freaking nut trying to make a light bulb. People thought he was crazy. How are you going to make a light that doesn't consume itself with that much heat and that bright and that much power? And he did it over and over and over 1,000 times, I believe. Finally came up with tungsten. He's not a nut now. And I don't even think about it. Just hit a switch and there's light. That's the kind of guy Ash Mufareh is. That's the kind of company we're all in. And like Michael said, look at the statistics. Most of the world has a horrible lifestyle. We'll make less than $10 a day. We'll make an impact. Will we change everybody? No, but we'll change more than any other company in the world, I believe. But the main thing is stay the course. If all we're asked to do is be faithful, believe, stay the course, that's not a lot. That doesn't cost that much. I've been in companies that I paid every month to be in a pre-launch. One time I did it for a year and it never launched. Never. 1,000th the size of this, maybe even less. So yeah, keep going. We're in a great place. I mean, and if you don't know, keep pushing in, keep listening, listen to people. Just look at the painting that Ash is painting. Just look at the painting he's painting. When you go to a meeting, don't go there with, I want to hear. Go there with, I want to hear. I don't need to hear. I want to hear. Because he's throwing bombs out there that blow me away. And somebody I talked to didn't see it. Something's wrong. Going to expand 4 or 5 more buildings in 3 months, stuff like that. Come on. Let's take the time. We're very fortunate. I don't care who you are. Don't worry about what he can do or she can do. How can I be like him? How can I be like, be you? Ash said it, be you. Because you're perfect. You can do anything. There's enough room at the top of ONPASSIVE for everybody to live their dream. Everyone. It's not a mom and dad pop store at the corner. This is big, big business. And the platform is set for anybody to live their dream. I believe that with all my heart. That's all I got.
Thank you so much, Madi. When Michael spoke, he shook me. And then when you spoke, you changed the whole atmosphere. Thank you so much for the great input. We will bring another wonderful section on, and then we'll call our brother, Collins Mana, to do the next presentation for us. But before he comes, I want to say welcome to all the leaders that are joining now. We say welcome. We appreciate your presence. We will certainly call you in to give your voice. Thank you so much for coming. So we will call an amazing brother. He had been with the team, the tech team, and I sometimes wonder, do they even sleep at all? Especially with our sister Lane. You move to the left, they are there. You move to the right, they are there. Day, night, evening. And it's so amazing that by the grace of God, our leader and CEO, Ash, has brought such people with a heart to really selflessly give and educate and enlighten us all. I see gradually they are making a lot of us to become enlightened in the tech industry. I want us to welcome our tech team, led by, for this section, Collins Mana. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Apostle Sam. Just thank everyone for being here. You know, Michael Williams and Marty Degamo just blow my mind whilst I was listening to them. You know, things like this, you know, does not happen overnight. Especially to build a company of this magnitude is not something that you just go to the market, buy it, as Michael Williams said, put a label on it and sell it. Because if it was so easy, I believe many people would do this and will not have any need to come to ONPASSIVE because we can do it. But honestly, things like this, we will never see it again in our lifetime. This generation, I've said in a lot of webinars, I say it's really difficult. Though we look at it and we say, oh, look at the back office. Sometimes we are there. Oh, it's easy. Seriously, it is not easy to put everything together, you know, bring everything on one platform. We look at all of those products, they are all standalone products, you know. And one of the things I always mention, I said, we as founders, sometimes we are impatient. You know, sometimes we feel like all our worries and stuff, ONPASSIVE is the only messiah to come and survive us. Yes, it is there. When it comes, we'll be fine as the way the system is designed. But the truth is, we just have to be patient. You know, yesterday I made this statement, I think Marty DeCarbo mentioned it on his live, that today, God forbid, if everything goes wrong with ONPASSIVE, we'll insult Ash Mufara. He will be the one to be blamed. We'll call him all type of names. But when it goes right, for instance, launch and everything is happy, all of us will be happy, and maybe we'll take all the credit, forgetting that Ash Mufara is the sole proprietor and the builder, you know, of this company. You know, when you look at biblically, they said, you know, when Jesus healed, I think the 10 lepers, how many of them come back and thank him? 9 disappeared, only 1 come back and said, thank you, sir, for a job well done. The rest appeared, they just went and they celebrate. And this is what will happen in ONPASSIVE. So patience is the virtue. If we look at all those products, because one of the things we must remember, we just have only 1 bullet in our gun. ONPASSIVE, though we are about to go to the market, right? We have just 1 bullet. We either shoot it, we get the target, or we shoot it and miss. And when we miss, to come back, like what Madi said, will be difficult. To come back again, restructure everything will be difficult. Because 1, the customers will lose faith on you. They will not even wait for you. Secondly, wow, it's not a true business. So we must get it right. ONPASSIVE must get it right. And that's why we just have to give Mr. Ash Mufara and the tech team all the time needed, you know, to put everything in place on our behalf. Because it is not an easy task. There's a lot of moving parts, which a lot of people don't know. If I look at OMAIL, there's a webinar I asked, I said, how long do you think a company can build oatmeal or one of the products, putting everything together. We don't want to go to the technicality because sometimes if we talk about the technicality, it will blow a lot of postman. You will not even understand it. It can take 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years to build only a single product, oatmeal, because we look at oatmeal, there's a lot of things happening within oatmeal, and then think of all the other products, integrate them together with a single sign-on. Yesterday, we were talking about single sign-on. My company said something in the meeting. One CEO just got up and said, oh, we need to start to think about single sign-on. I said, yeah, it will take us 5 years. That's what I said in my heart. And I said, ONPASSIVE is already there. And now they are thinking about single sign-on. It's not something you can just get overnight, as Michael Williams said, and put it down and say, yes, this is it, take it, lie. It doesn't work that way. We must trust the process, as Michael Williams always said, trust the process. There is a process. You cannot skip the process. You skip one of it, you get it wrong. You cannot even come back. So building this giant of a company, there's a lot of things, not only the product, legality is there. What are the legal, there are a lot of things, how you meet with compliance. Before you even start to think about it, the first thing you think about software development is compliance. Compliance. What if I do this? The law come back and bite me. What if I do this? So that if is always there when you are building software. There's always that if. What is right? What is not right? What should I do? All of those things. A lot of moving parts. They come back and put everything. Get the right people to develop it. Get the right manager. Sometimes there's a lot of things. If Mr. Ashmofara comes and tell us the bad times, I believe most of us will disappear. So he always come and share the good stuff with me. But we, especially in the industry, we know the challenges. We know all the challenges in there. So we look at it and we say, my goodness, it is not really easy. So sometimes Ashmofara will come and smile, but sometimes they go through pain, through serious pain to put everything together. But we just have to understand and enjoy what we are seeing, and give Mr. Ashmofara all the time to put everything together. So by the time it comes out, I believe 100% it will blow. Not I believe, it will blow the world, because we've already seen the functionality, the basic, the ones that are in our back office. Take oatmeal, just what is in the back office, it will blow the world, because we've seen it. You cannot compare with any other emailing system out there, just what is there. And we are talking about disruptive functionality in all of those products. And Ms. Andra said it's above market value. Some of them, we don't even know the names. And they are still developing. I remember at the time Mr. Ashmofara came out, I think it was last webinar, he made a statement. He said, if they go out now, start to roll out the product, one after the other, it will take us to 2025. A lot of founders misquote him, started calling. Wow, it means they'll launch so we have to wait till 2025. I said, no, you didn't understand Mr. Ashmofara. So we have to wait. Why do we have to wait? I said, no, you didn't even understand him. He said, if we want to roll out starting from today, and ONPASSIVE will be the only company to roll out every month. Every month, if Mr. Ashmofara even do that, is crazy. To roll out a product every month or 2 products a month. No company has ever done that. Apple launch every year, and it's close to Christmas. Phones, new phones. One piece of functionality on that phone, not even the massive phone. It's just piece of function, just tiny on top of what they already have. Add it there, and they make a lot of money. We all know that, and it's once a year. Then think about ONPASSIVE rolling out every month. It will take us till that time, because 2, just calculate it, what we have now in our ecosystem, develop more than 20 plus. You want to roll it out. Think about it, a month, twice a month. So it is massive. But a lot of founders came out and they were so disgruntled because they didn't listen. They just hear 2025. Oh, they start to complain. So a lot of times, Manny Digamo said, when we go to the webinar with our CEO, let us come with an open mind. Let us not fix our mind to say, oh, when is the wallet coming? Oh, when are we going to do our KYC? Go with an open mind, and honestly, you will be amazed with what Mr. Ashmofara is putting together with the tech team. So I'll leave it there, Apostle Sam. Thank you very much for letting me speak. Thank you.
so much. Thank you so much, Brother Collins. You make it so simple to be understood by any simple man, the ordinary man. Thank you so much. We will call one of the tech brothers who has been so much of a blessing also to us to also come and add up to it. But before that, I want to say welcome, Brother Alan G of South Africa. My brother, you are welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We want to welcome our brother Oliver to join in to add his voice. Welcome, Brother Oliver.
Thank you, Apostle Sam. I want to greet everybody, South Africa. I want to say hi, and want to thank Madi for opening up, to thank Michael William, wonderful presentation. Madi also wonderful presentation. Collins, good job. My name is Oliver Fonte. I am your friend. Being in South Africa is a privilege to talk about ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is an IT technology company, a super giant company that Mr. Ash Mufara will soon unleash to the world. And it is a joy also to all of us. Being a founder is a privilege. It's a privilege. And I want to say, as one of the 1.4 million founders, I want to say thank you, Mr. Ash. But looking into ONPASSIVE as all my colleagues they've talked about, as an IT technology company that is going to deliver IT products. We are going to have a virtual mall with all the digital products in there, and products that will also touch even a layman. If you do any business in this world, that even the poorest person, like Mr. Michael Williams said, people that would $5 to $10 a day, then you've achieved. ONPASSIVE, we do have products that even people with nothing, they can afford. This is what we are talking about. You have products that, like OPA, that I do believe the whole of Africa will enjoy OPA. That is our own WhatsApp. If I do call my country, Cameroon, I know I can talk to my grandmother without any interruption, because the network flows perfectly, smoothly, no interruption, the speed. Come again, our customers, the way we ONPASSIVE is going to treat the customers, giving them above market value products, not minimum value products. That is what is now in the market. That's customer satisfaction. The structure alone of ONPASSIVE is a different ball game. We don't want to go into that. Mr. Ash, our CEO, told us last time about recession, that the world is going to recession. Yes, countries don't want to pronounce it because it's going to, if they do pronounce it, it's not good for them. But that is true. But guess what? ONPASSIVE is going to be that company that is going to break it down. Why? Because of our products. We have products that is going to be cost effective. That is going to bring more money into companies' pocket, that they are going to give raise, bonuses to their employees. By what? What do we look at that? It's going to solve a lot of recession problems. Come again, we have a product called Obless. We have a product called Obless that we are going to use to replicate ourselves, and they will replicate others. And we'll also use it. A lot of us are going to have our foundation to use it. This is what we are talking about. And the key to ONPASSIVE success is the product. The product. I keep talking about the product because that is what is going to help the world. That is what is going to take the world out of the recession. Let me go to our domain. Let Mr. Michael William talk about the domain account. Where will you go and have a domain that you will not pay? Free domain, secured with SSL certificate, TLS, that is the security, the end-to-end security. Where are you going to get it? Tell me which company that has come to the market with 1.4 above million customers. We are founders, resellers, and customers. None. None. I want to tell my brothers and sisters here in South Africa, where we are, as you are a founder, you are fine. Mr. Michael Williams talked about social security and the rest. As an ONPASSIVE founder, you don't need all those things. 401k, retirement benefit, you don't need all those things because you are covered. This is a dynasty. This is a dynasty that our children and children and children will benefit from. All what we need now is patience. We need to be patient. The 5 billion users, the internet users, will use our products. There is none that will not use our products. From people that don't have income to companies, they will use our product. You like it or not, you will use our products. Mail is there, you will use it. It's free. Opal is there, you will use it. Net is there, you will use it. Because it's free. It's free. We have products that companies will come, look like our data center with the multi-region now that is being expanded. And on-prem means that we have the one that is in our building. And the multi-region, cloud, hybrid. I know when we use this word, you don't need, we the IT guys, you don't need to use it as founder. You don't need to understand all this. You don't need to understand it. You just need, because everything is automated. Everything is automated. You don't need to understand any technical stuff, but it is good as a founder to know your business, understand the business. You can't have a kiosk, you don't know the kind of products that are in your kiosk. Understand your business. Try to learn. That's why the CEO keep telling us, Madi Degamo and all the other leaders, go to your back office. Go once or 3 times a day. You can even go 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, evening. Start playing with it. Start playing with it. So that by the time the wallet are out, you already understand that, hey, the wallet, they've plugged in the wallet here. If I go to my wallet is here, I will know how to cash, to transfer the money or do KYC. So I'm begging all the founders today to keep going to their back office, play with it. You have a lot of information there, update and webinars. First place you have to go is update. Then comes webinar to see the webinars that are there so that you can join. At times, I'm embarrassed that we have 1.4 million founders, and when you go to some webinars, you don't even have up to 200. Because that is where you get information. The back office is also where you get information. Because Mr. Ash Mufara is out there working day and night, so that tomorrow we are going to be fine. From building the website, every Mondays we have websites. Very soon we're having twice a week, then 3 times a week, then daily. Dynamic. Working for us because ONPASSIVE will be, we are going to be the figure. ONPASSIVE is working for us. And one thing that I'm begging all the founders, we should be patient. I think all my other brothers that they've talked, they've also mentioned that we should be patient. You know, we should not rush Mr. Ash, because if they put you into Mr. Ash's shoes, I don't think any of us are going to carry it. Being in the industry, know what is going on. Today, I will leave my office knowing that tomorrow I've planned my schedule for tomorrow. When I get to the office tomorrow, everything has changed. 90% of the time, I don't follow my schedule because things has changed. And that is what Mr. Ash is facing every day. He can get into a meeting and talk. They say everything is fine. He will come and talk to us. By the time around 6 p.m. Eastern time or 7 p.m. Eastern time, he finished. He's another meeting. What he has mentioned to us or what he told us has changed totally. That is the IT world we are talking about. Honestly speaking, if you ask me, just one product alone, like my brother Connie just said, I would say 5 to 8 years. But I'm shocked. He told us that within 60 days, that is the 60 days is end of this month, we are going to have 9 products. It's a miracle. 9 products. Next month, we are going to have 12 products. You know, he goes around paying qualified tech guys that are in Heidelberg from all other highly tech companies that they're working with us, pay them overtime just for those tech guys and to come just to be able to produce products that are going to be above market value for us. Please, we should be patient. We should be patient. It's not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. And with ONPASSIVE, we do have a lot of other moving parts. I can bet you, I don't know what is going on behind the scene now, but I can bet you Mr. Ashmofara doesn't have control, again, over anything. He doesn't have control. He can pay overtime. Since everything is automated, but I bet you that he doesn't have control again. Or what he can do, he can just beg them that, please, we need to go to the market. At about 2 or 3 webinar, he came and said, and told us that it is time for us to go to the market. But, you know, that if we continue this way, the company will go bankrupt. He knows that. He knows that. When you see a CEO do mention that he knows that, he knows that he wants us to sell, but his hands are tied because there are a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of moving parts. Yes, we do have products. I know some people will ask questions. Yes, we do have products. He came and said, we have products. What is happening? What is going on? Let me say this. If they put you, let me say it again, if they put you in his shoes, we cannot stand it. Because we do have a lot of moving parts. So I will end there. Antiline, thank you, and thank you, South Africa. Thank you, Apostle Sam.
Thank you so much, Brother Oliver, for the great input. I'm so grateful that you have just dissected everything also for us to dive deep to get this. We are so grateful. Without much time wasting, I want us to call another great leader to also give his voice. When he speaks, you can really know that he's just opening up things for us. And so I want to call our big brother, Michael Ellis, to also give his voice. Brother Michael, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. This is a tremendous webinar, and the speakers that have come before me, wow, I mean, there's just so much information there that gives you an idea what ONPASSIVE is, but it's just a small idea. It's so much bigger than this. And each one of them came at ONPASSIVE kind of at a different direction, a different avenue. And there are so many avenues within ONPASSIVE, and each time you explore another avenue, it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger. Personally, I really like to focus on the founding members that maybe they're out on the periphery and they have a kind of a nervous excitement that this could be it. This could be what I've been looking for that will actually change my life. But in the back of the mind, there's still a little fear there. And I understand that because at one time, when I got into this industry, that's who I was. You had great expectations, but you weren't quite sure that it was really going to happen for you. And I know there are a lot of founders out there, those individuals participating with ONPASSIVE, and you think you're out on the edge and it's really not going to happen to you, and you're wrong. It is. If you listen to Michael Williams, if you listen to Mari DeGarmo, if you listen to Collins and Oliver, ONPASSIVE was built for you. And when you start to think about ONPASSIVE, Michael talked about really having an impact on so many people throughout the world. And I agree with him 100%. Even a small impact, $200, $300, $500 a month, will impact so many people throughout the world. It really is amazing what Mr. Mufara has put together to change lives. And that's what's going to happen. It is going to change lives. I veer a little bit here, and I know Michael agrees with me, but he stays very, very conservative, whereas I don't. I believe because of what ONPASSIVE has done, and this is for all of us. I believe because of what ONPASSIVE has done, not only are you going to be able to build a little bit of income that will change your life. Maybe you have to continue working, but it'll change your life. But you're going to have the opportunity to build a residual income, and then you're going to be able to build wealth. And that's where we all want to be, wherever you are in the world. And wealth means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, whether you're in the United States or South America, Canada, or in South Africa. It just means different things to different people, and the amount is different. But when you think about ONPASSIVE, when you think about what Ash Mufareh has done, and these gentlemen have told you what ONPASSIVE is going to be doing, kind of the structure of ONPASSIVE, and they've done a great job. But when you look at the structure of ONPASSIVE, your life will change. And I just want to go over a couple of little things to give you an idea of what's coming. And this is, again, this is a very, very small portion of what's coming with ONPASSIVE. If we just look at a couple of products of ONPASSIVE, and I'll just pick one, and that product is traffic. And I have used this example before. You know, traffic, all traffic is getting good qualified eyes in front of what you're selling, having them come in and buy. That's traffic. Mr. Mufareh is an absolute master at marketing and traffic. And if we look at traffic and we look at the overall world market of selling advertising, each year, about $500 billion of advertising is sold worldwide. It is a massive, massive, massive market. In 2026, we expect that market to be $750 billion. The numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If ONPASSIVE comes in and the first year they take 1% of that market, that's $50 billion. Now, we know that Mr. Mufareh is going to share the majority of the wealth with you and I, those individuals participating with ONPASSIVE. That's one product of multiple products, multiple billion-dollar niches. Again, this is for the founder out there that's not quite sure what's going to be happening. Let me tell you what's going to be happening. 1% is an insult. I believe ONPASSIVE will take more than 1% of the total market share of advertising. I just believe that completely. And the reason I do is because Ash has talked about his conversion rate that he's used to. And he uses a base of about 25% conversion rate. What does that mean? For every 100 people that come in and look at ONPASSIVE, 25 of them are going to buy. Okay. And now you put it in front of a massive market of $500 billion. How much of that is Mr. Mufareh going to take? I think it's going to be more than 1%. Again, that's one product. Now you extrapolate that over all the products of ONPASSIVE. All of a sudden, the amount of wealth that's going to be coming into ONPASSIVE, and Ash Mufareh sharing the majority of that wealth with you and I, what is that going to do to your bottom line? That's year number one. Okay. This is extraordinary what's going to be happening. We never guarantee anything. We never tell people you're going to make this amount. But if you look at the numbers and you extrapolate the numbers, you know that you're in a really, really good position, regardless of where you are, whether you've built a team, whether you're not a team builder, whether you're out on the periphery, wherever you are in ONPASSIVE, if you come in and participate and you engage in the family of ONPASSIVE, and we are a family. We are a worldwide family from South Africa to Canada, all across the world. And when you come in, participate, and do the little things that Mr. Mufareh is going to ask us to do, we're just all in a really, really good place. Now, I'll end with this. And really, the speakers before me said just about everything there was to be said. But I want to add this one thought, and Marty touched on it just a little bit. The last webinar that Ash Mufareh did for the founding members, those individuals participating, it really was extraordinary. And there was one or two things in there, one specifically, that when I heard it, I realized just how good a position all of us are in. We are in a position where we cannot lose. ONPASSIVE will not lose. We will win because of the way Ash Mufareh has set this up. I really can't talk about, on this forum, I can't talk about the specific item, but it was so massive. Everything that I heard in the last 3.5 years was, it just pales comparison to what Ash talked about. And if you got that, you understand that this company moving forward, you know, we talk about a unicorn company right now, which is a company that has a value of over $1 billion, and ONPASSIVE is a multi-unicorn company. It is so much bigger than that. Our vocabulary is going to have to change, and change very, very quickly. So understand where we're at. I believe that the window is closing very, very quickly to the product launch to the global market. Okay. Yes, we need to be patient, but that window is closing, and it's getting further and further closed every single day. So we're very, very close. Yes, be patient, but also be excited about what's coming. Your life is going to change. And as ONPASSIVE comes out and launches, you have to give it time to do what you want it to do in your life. As Marty said, this isn't going to happen the first 3 hours of ONPASSIVE, but over time, over the first week, month, years. And I don't think it's going to take years, guys. I just have to put that in there to change your life. It's going to change, I believe, very, very quickly. And as Ash comes out with more information, and I know he's going to be coming out with more stuff in the next few days or the next week or so. Again, just pay attention. Every time he comes on now, he just blows me away, and he should be doing the same thing to everybody here. So that's just very, very quick, Lynn, just where I'm at, what I'm thinking. I think we're all in great places. And I believe wholeheartedly that South Africa, your lives are going to change. They're going to change for the whole family of ONPASSIVE. Lynn, go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mike, we are so grateful for the insight that you have added up to it. We want to call another wonderful leader to push in more, and that will be Dan Street. Brother Dan, you're welcome on mute and then give your voice to this wonderful meeting. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I think that, like Mike just said, Michael Williams and Marty and Oliver and Collins and Mike himself Mike Ellis has given us a lot of really good information. There's not a whole lot more to say, but I just like to I'm one of those guys that likes to focus a little bit more on the fundamentals and just kind of look back a little bit. One of the most important things for us to maintain, all of us here, is a success mindset. That's what Ash has instilled in us, and that's what it's very, very important for us to focus on. So we want to focus on the key aspects of ONPASSIVE that we've been dwelling on, all of us here in all of these webinars for the past 3 years, 3.5 years for me. And that's the innovation of the products that ONPASSIVE has developed with the advanced AI technology. Each one is superior and delivers more value than any other product currently on the market or any product that currently exists. And we have to drill this into everybody over and over again, and that's the automation. Everything is done for you in this business. It's fully automated. ONPASSIVE, with its marketing campaign and the way that Ash has set this thing up, they're going to build your business for you. They're going to drive targeted traffic to your account, build your customer base, and you will receive commissions on and this is a key that's been brought up by Michael and Marty and Mike and everybody in this, and it's very important to understand that you're going to receive commissions on sales revenue generated from your customers. There has to be sales in order for you to receive a commission. It's just a no-brainer. Okay, the next thing I'd bring up was the security. Ash is adamant about security, and we hear that. Well, our data centers, they'll not only provide the ultimate in efficiency, but security as well. Not to mention the fact that they're going to provide a revenue source for the company that will take over that niche. Ash talked about how he's going to take over that niche, and we will own the internet, and we will own that space. And look at the people that are in that space right now. You're looking at AWS. Okay, bye-bye AWS, hello ONPASSIVE. I mean, pretty incredible to think about that. So then we focus on the pay plan, and I think the pay plan, just think about what Ash said months ago. He said, we aren't going to know the recipe, but it will be delicious. Okay, it'll be more money than you've ever made in your life online. And keep in mind that it's a dynamic pay plan. It's dynamic in that it always evolves. It's always flowing in a different direction. We never know exactly how much commission we're going to be making because we don't know exactly who our customers are and how much they're going to spend. But it's all based on customer sales to your account. So I think the most important thing I would suggest at this stage is for everybody to listen. And I mean, listen to the gems that Ash actually is sharing with us, and not what you think he should be saying to us, but what he actually says. If you can do that, I think you're going to get more value out of every single one of Ash's updates. You've got to focus and listen to what he's talking about. And another thing, I guess in closing for me, I would encourage all of you to, there's a lot of webinars, there's a lot of information that all of you are involved with and attending on a regular basis, and that's awesome. And the fact that we have so many of them, I guess that is awesome. Me personally, I can't go to all of them because I need to take a step back and digest what I've learned in the last webinar. And I would encourage a lot of you to do the same thing. Go to a webinar and then reflect on what you've learned at that webinar and think about how it relates to you personally and how you can implement that in your business. Then go to the next webinar and kind of maybe take a step back. Don't go to every single one of them, but go to them on a regular basis and keep learning. And the last thing is log into your business, as I believe Collins was just saying, log into your business and the ONPASSIVE site. Read a blog, stay up to date with all the impressive sites that we're getting on a regular basis, and just stay focused and engaged and read the updates and just get excited about what how Ash Mufareh's dream is coming to fruition for not only him, but for all of us as well. So that's all I have for right now. Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you so much, Brother Dan. We are so grateful. I think that we are gradually preparing our minds for the Q&A section, where our wonderful leaders will be able to answer our questions. And today we have compounded leaders here to really help us. But before we go to that section, we want to call our next leader, who is also in the house, who has been of such a blessing to us. And we want to call him Mr. Andy Bex. Brother Andy, can you unmute and then add your voice?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for letting me speak. This is brilliant. Dan has kind of covered it, and some of the other guys have talked about it as well. But I love the simplicity of this. The fact that they're going to do the bits that I can't do is amazing. So I can't recruit, or I'm not very good at it. So the company's going to do that for me. I'm not very, or build my customer base. I'm not very good at building a website. So that's going to be done for me, and all of these things. So it's simplistic at its core is fantastic. But I wanted to run through a few numbers with you. We know that last year, 196 million people started using the internet for the first time. 196 million. Now, we as the number of founders we have at the moment is roughly 1.4 million. 196 million new people started using the internet last year. Our customer base or potential customer base now is just over 5 billion people. And by 2030, that will be just over 7 billion people. 7 billion potential customers as individuals. That's not counting the companies, etc. So we have a phenomenal opportunity. But I wanted to take it one stage further, and it's about planning. I think that the phrase is proper prior planning prevents poor performance. So if you're like me and a Capricorn, you're probably a planner as well. But think about this for a moment. As I said, our customer base is about 5 billion. If you have a list before we start of every single person that you can think of or that you know in your vicinity that has children at school, that uses the internet, that has children that wanting to go to further education, that work for a company, that own their own business, whether it be a large company or a small company, the list is endless, but build them into various different lists from various different sections so that when we do go live, we have products for every single one of these. It's worth then being able to contact these people and say, why don't you try this? Why don't you look at that? Now, if you look at Facebook, for instance, and that I know that's a dirty word for all of us, but everybody on here will have Facebook friends if they're on Facebook. So you automatically have a potential customer base from your Facebook friends, because once ONET opens up, we can offer them an alternative. We're never going to sell the data. We've got total security. We're not going to be able to be trawled with sales goods that don't exist. We have this opportunity now to be able to plan prior to the launch of all of these different suite of products, suite of tools that we have available that are, as everybody has mentioned, above market value, etc. So now is the time to take a hold of everything and start planning. Get your list together. Get the people involved in every single category that you can think of. Write all these people down. These become your potential customers when we launch. I hope that helps. Nice and sweet and short for you. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Brother Andy. Whenever you take the floor, I start to take my pen and start calculating, because I know you talk calculatively. Thank you so much. We are so grateful to all the leaders who are here, and this is the time that we've been waiting for the Q&A section. And I believe that each and every one is preparing. Our wonderful South African community are loving and caring people. And then I believe that this time we will add our voice in the question section. And so I will hand over to our sister, Lane, so that she will handle the next session. Sister Lane, take over.
All righty. So that was great. A good lineup of speakers, great information and inspiration as well. So now we go into the Q&A section of our webinar, and Apostle Sam Mensah will be assisting me in this regard. So we are going to open it up now for comments and questions. And these are the guidelines. If you look in the chat, the webinar chat, we have just posted the webinar code of conduct. We would like you to go and read it so that we don't have to read it aloud. So go ahead and read it. It gives you the guidelines. We will be having you raise your hand electronically. This will indicate to us that you want to make a comment or question. We are asking you to refrain from bringing up support questions. Support questions, what are they? Things like, I'm having trouble logging into my back office. My password isn't working. Those types of questions should be addressed with our customer support department, not in a forum like today. So today we're really speaking on the topic of ONPASSIVE. If you have questions, not technical questions, this is the place to ask them. We have quite a few leaders who will be able to answer you. So that's the guideline. Read the code of conduct in the chat. We want you to look decent when you come on with your video on to ask your question, all right? We want your background and your clothing to be appropriate, so please read the code of conduct. So at this time, we're going to begin, and we would like you to be cognizant of the time that you're speaking. If you can get your point across in 1 or 2 minutes, that would be ideal, because that will make sure that everyone will have a chance to have their comments and questions addressed, all right? So at this time, we're going to start asking for your comments and questions. And I can see that we have Jagwo, Kenneth, Amanda, who would like to be the first one to ask a question or make a comment. You can unmute yourself, Jagwo. Go ahead,
Lynn,
Jagwo.
thank you so much. Sorry, my video is not on because there is no light within this area. So that's the situation. I also thank Madi and every other leader that is there, Michael Williams. Just a comment, not a question. All I want to say that all the founders that are here, I want to borrow a leaf from Brother Oliver. We are fine. And indeed, we are fine. In fact, when I go to back office and see the website today on, in fact, I so much love it. I know that we are fine. And none should anticipate any fear. In fact, each time Ash come and talk, I have the confidence that this is a company that will shape the earth. And I'm indeed very much happy to be privileged to be part of this company. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jagwo. Now we go on to Mr. Hamid Khan from Bangladesh. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Hamid Khan. I am from Bangladesh, and I am also your friend. Actually, I cannot come in the camera because my wife has a cancer patient. So that's why I talking very slowly. So, Honorable Presence, I first express my gratitude to Almighty Allah who created me. Then I express my gratitude to whom I proud to be, the proud founder of ONPASSIVE, to our great man CEO, Mr. Ash Mopare. Honorable host of today, African webinar, thank you allowing me to speak and make me as a panelist in the first time. I think every webinar, each and everything explains so nicely and easily. Thanks for sharing this valuable platform and information with us. This will be really help everyone to understand and this opportunity and platform easily. ONPASSIVE is wonderful and amazing platform, and I am proud to be a part of ONPASSIVE proud founder and the life-changing platform. Thanks to Mr. Ash Mopare for giving us the wonderful opportunity and lifting up humanity. And I am very excited because ONPASSIVE is the first time in history of the world that a company is working harder for your future than you. Thanks to host all panelists and all participants present. We are so in it to in it. Actually, I have two questions, but this is, I think, not related with if you allow me, then I can answer because so many founders ask me to that why. That's why I want to ask.
Okay, so they need to be non-support related questions, and so if they are support type questions, please do not ask them.
Okay,
right?
nah, this is the someone they asked the founder from Bangladesh in my country. So they asking me, they would like to know if any agreement has been signed by ONPASSIVE with Bangladesh government, and what is the number of position Bangladesh in team of founder, and how many founder are there in Bangladesh. That's it. If possible, then they can ask.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody accidentally shared the screen. Let me disable it. Hold on 1 second. Alrighty, that no one will be able to share the screen anymore. All right, what was your, I got distracted by that. Could you repeat your question? I'm sorry.
I want to repeat again.
Yeah, could you repeat it?
Okay, first question is I would like to know if any agreement has been signed by ONPASSIVE with Bangladesh government.
Does anybody want to take that?
I'll start it out, Lynn. Have no idea. All your questions, I have no idea. I can tell you that the people in Bangladesh, the majority of them will use ONPASSIVE over time. But how many people, how many founders are there in Bangladesh? I don't know. And don't worry about it. Just keep spreading the word. As far as the government, Ash Mufareh is going to take care of that. He doesn't come on and tell us what agreements he has with what governments throughout the whole world. It would take about a 10-hour webinar. Ash is taking care of it. And whatever has to be done in Bangladesh, he's going to take care of that. Don't worry about it. Anybody else?
Yeah, thank you. This is not my actual question. This is someone asked me for that. That's why I asked. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is that it for you, Mr. Hamid Khan?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, now we go on to Pius Uba, who is in Ireland. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, Antilian.
Hello.
I'm so excited when I saw the webinar of South Africa. I'm so excited, no matter I'm in Ireland. I live in South Africa for many years. I'm in Nigeria. My name is Pius Uba, your friend. I'm one of the Nigerians that left Nigeria earlier 1991 after Nelson Mandela came out of prison. So when South Africa have a freedom of people to visit their country, I'm one of the first group that traveled to South Africa. I leave South Africa. I'm a Nigerian citizen, South African citizen, and Irish citizen because I traveled a lot. One of my reasons of being here, I knew what I go through 1993 in South Africa. One of my Jewish friends invited me for for Facebook, not to be a founder, but to be a reseller, something having a part of shares with $600. I got confused. I don't know what is Facebook. I couldn't do anything about Facebook. Why I'm saying this thing for those people, 1.4 million plus, who are a founder, some of them are still doubting. Some of them are still requesting for their refund. I'm very sorry for those people who are requesting for their refund because they're missing the opportunity I missed 1993, which is 18 to 19 years ago. I was supposed to be a billionaire if I did what that person asked me to do with Facebook. I couldn't do it. I thank God 2 years plus, more than 2 years, someone told me about ONPASSIVE. I don't want to miss the opportunity again. If you are coming to South Africa, any foreigner, more especially in Nigeria, I'm one of the successful men in South Africa. I own businesses. I do a lot of things. Before the first xenophobia started from my business, then I left. I packed everything of mine and my wife, my children, we traveled to Ireland. So I'm too excited. When I heard what Marty Tigamo was saying all the time, Michael Williams, down street, everyone, my friend Collins, all the tech team, when I'm seeing everything they're doing, I'm not thinking of dying. I'm thinking of how to help the future. So I don't have any question until the end, just to encourage people not to ask questions. Because after I missed Facebook, I knew how many years it took them before they come to the world. One product. Now we're talking of coming in with 9 products, 12 products. People are asking, let us launch tomorrow so that we can start selling and make small money. If Ash want to do what they did before, we could have launched before ever I joined earlier 2000. So what about those people that have an opportunity to join now? We have to give them a chance. I knew those things everyone is saying and everything Ash is doing are real. That is why I and my children, we are in it and we are winning it. So I'm asking everyone to have patience. Things are coming very soon. Hence, I say, do it or die. And I heard him on one of the webinars when he said, not 2023. So I don't see the reason why people will be asking, when? Everyone is expecting us to come to the Zoom and make a sentence or a statement that we are going to launch next week. And when we add fair next week, they will have something to say. So we have to have patience and wait. It's not an easy job. It's not like open a shop or a buffet. The customers start coming. It's not like that. We have to wait and have patience. I'm too excited. I'm very, very excited. Every year, I'm getting old, but my spirit is getting strong. I'm 62. I'm not 40. I'm not 50. 62. April 10, 1960. I'm not a baby, but I have a lot of confidence that my children, even all my children, Miss Island, which is my first daughter, is an ONPASSIVE. She saw it. He said, "Daddy, this is rating. We all have to be there, and we all are there." So why I'm excited with South Africa when I saw the webinar, I said, "Oh, my country, South Africa, having a webinar. I have another Zoom going on now, which are supposed to be there, but I told them I'm here for South Africa. I'm a South African." So thank you, Antirin. Thank you, Matty. Thank you, Mike William. Thank you, everyone. South Africa, we're on top. We are the Rainbow Nation. We have to work together. We know what we are going through. No job, no salary, every day protest, every day vandalizing because no money. This is the only thing that gives us freedom. Thank you, Antirin, and God bless all the world.
Thank you, Pius. You know, you've been with ONPASSIVE a while, but you've been steady as a rock, highly committed. So we thank you for your words of encouragement and inspiration. Now we go on to Daniel Kibaru from Kenya. You can unmute yourself, Daniel. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, the nation, the trio, Marty, Dan, and Mike Ellis. Thank you very much. I also want to thank Mr. Mfare, who started this unicorn company. And when he talks, he says, "I am your friend." I believe that most of us will know what friendship entails. Actually, Mr. Ash Mufare came, he made us all share in his vision, and he has been persistent. And I thank you, Marty, and the trio, my leader, Lynn, Michael Williams, for actually coming in. And because you are positive, you have added to the positivity that Mr. Ash has. Actually, without you, it would be difficult to reach where we are now. I just say kudos to you and to all the people attending this seminar. I gather that there are around 700 participants. So this is the second biggest webinar I have attended besides the roundtable. Thank you very much. Let us just enjoy the ride, and we are sure to get what we want. This is a very, very big company. Thank you, Apostle Mensah. In fact, I have only been in ONPASSIVE today 10 months, and it means a lot to me. And I just say thank you very much. Marty, the heart of ONPASSIVE, just keep going. Let us all keep going. And I say, God bless you. God bless Ash. God bless all of us. We are in the greatest ride of our lives. Thank you, Lynn, and thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Daniel Kibaru. There really is no one more committed than you. You've been amazing and been a great leader to your people. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. Next, we go on to Joy and Shodi Matiza. You can unmute yourself.
Good evening, everybody. It's Joe and Anam, sorry, Matiza in South Africa. We just want to say thank you to all the leaders for hosting us in South Africa. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's all we can say.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us your thoughts and your heart. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Now we go on to Latoya Belgrave. How are you, Latoya? Go ahead and speak.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Lynn, for inviting me on to speak. I always like to take this chance to thank Ash Mufar, our CEO, for this awesome opportunity. And I recently had an experience where I had people who were close to me make a statement that ONPASSIVE is a scam or fake. That was as recently as last week. And I got that message as soon as I woke up, very early in the morning. And I still couldn't believe that even now, you know, I was getting up that morning, getting ready to go to one of the global webinars that I like to join, the Bangladesh webinar. I heard one of my friends here, Hamid Khan, speak. And then I thought to myself, how can she say that we're fake? And so I decided to pinch myself because I was just waking up. And I felt that pain, and I felt, no, we are real. And I encourage you all to pinch yourselves too, because we are real. We have so much to offer the world, and people just don't know it. And eventually, we're going to be proven right, and they're going to be proven wrong. So I wanted to share that. And then also, I just wanted to put my information out there for any founders who are around the Pacific Northwest. I would love to be able to start making the connections in the area. I've already made a few. And so I would take any opportunity if anybody wants to reach out to me. I would love to make those connections with you. And then also I would like to talk to the gentleman who spoke, a few speakers before, the father of Miss Ireland. I am going to message you my number. I would please love to connect with her. I'm a huge fan. And when you said that she was your daughter and she's a founder, I was like, I need to reach out to you too.
Thank
I
you,
would love
Latoya.
to be able to talk to her as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, Latoya, you can connect in the direct message within the chat. That would be fine. Thank you for sharing, Latoya. Okay, now we go on to Bruce Gerstein, who is in Florida.
Wow, wow, wow. What a great webinar this has been. Thank you all for sharing as much as you did. Very inspirational as always. One thing that I can say about everybody that has spoken has been emphasizing how much we have and how much we are going to win. And there's nothing to worry about because Ash Farah, our blessed leader, has assured us of that. But I want to tell you two stories quickly. One is a man who invested $10,000 when Apple was not a company yet, and he believed in it. And his wife one day said to him, listen, I've been waiting a long time. We can't wait anymore. We got bills to pay. Please get your money back. He didn't want to, but he did. If he held on to that money, his value today would have been $52 billion. The other one is that, so that's about just believing in something and holding on to beliefs. The other one is what people have never really talked about much is in the beginning of the internet, there was a little company called AOL, and all they had was email. And what they did was mail out free way to get on the internet and use the email. And they created what we have today just from there. So what Ash has done brilliantly is make a decision to have us have free trials into ONPASSIVE. And by doing that, he opens the floodgates to the entire world that's on the internet now and beyond. So one thing I'm very sure of, you know, I remember there was something I wrote on our network the other day. It was about waking up in the morning, and that's why I'm sure you can relate to this. I have like this vulture that's waiting for me to wake up. And as soon as it sees my eyes just slid up a little bit, it says, good, I need to tell you what's not going to go right today. And he starts telling me about all the things that are negative. And one day I had to make a decision not to listen to him anymore. And when I decided to do that, it freed me up to know that I can just on a great day no matter what. And with ONPASSIVE, I can say that I can think every day how great the possibilities of where we are and where we're going are. And one thing I always say is very simple. You just follow the leader and we'll be okay. Don't let go of the doubts in your mind, because those doubts are just little fears that we all have. This is real and this is happening. And we're proof that it's happening because there's almost 1.5 billion founders who believe in this. That's an incredible amount of energy in a positive place, and it will change the world. So I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm glad to be. I'm what they call I think called us proud and heirs. So I am a proud and heir today, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. You're always very eloquent in sharing your thoughts. We appreciate you.
Hi, Lynn.
So go ahead, Michael Williams, please go ahead.
Yeah, if I may. As I'm listening, you know, to everyone speak, you know, some thoughts are popping into my head, right? And one of the things is that not because someone says something, it doesn't mean it's true, right? So, you know, if someone told you that, hey, you know what? I know you told me that California exists, but the truth is, it doesn't exist. Nope, it's a lie, okay? Have you ever been there? No. So you've never seen it? No, never seen it. Okay, well, it's a lie. It doesn't exist, right? But yet we know that California does exist. We have founders who actually live there in California. So not because you haven't gone to California, you've never seen California for yourself, you know, with your own eyes in person, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? So that's one thing. Then we know that there's been, you know, great opportunities that's very few people have been fortunate enough to jump in at the very beginning, you know, even before it materialized to the world. Okay, very few people. And some of the companies, you know, were named earlier. So whether that's Microsoft or Apple or Facebook, any of these companies, you know, go back to the beginning of those companies and see how many people actually were able to get in, right, before it even came to the marketplace, and how many people actually benefit going forward from those companies. Take a look at those companies and see the ups and downs that they went through, even when they came to the marketplace, right? You know, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, Steve Jobs, he was kicked out of Apple, right? Can you imagine if he never went back to Apple? Can you imagine what Apple would look like today? I don't even think there would be an Apple today, to be honest with you, right? Because years after he was kicked out, okay, and then he came back into the company, he was the one that revamped the entire process, okay, everything within Apple. And then soon after, we started to have, you know, the iPod, iPhone, iPad, you understand? And we know what type of juggernaut that company is today. People have to wake up. If you made a decision to get involved in ONPASSIVE, there was a reason why you did. Okay, there was a reason why you got in. Okay, something told you, whether it be someone, whether it be an inner voice, whatever, at some point you decided to make a decision that, yes, I want to be a part of this. And not because it's not happening in your time frame. Not because you jumped in because, you know, I got mortgage to pay, I got some bills to pay, I need some money right now, so let me jump into this thing called ONPASSIVE. And then 30 days later, it didn't launch, you're not making money. That doesn't mean, okay, because that's your timing. It doesn't mean that time has expired. It doesn't mean that we have missed the mark. It doesn't mean that we have failed. It doesn't mean that we are fake. It doesn't mean any of those things. Folks, in life, I've learned that it's so much easier to have a positive mindset than to have a negative one. It is so much easier to be an optimist than to be a pessimist. It is so much easier to smile than it is to frown. Folks, understand, and I'm specifically speaking to all of you founders in South Africa. You are looking for a life change. You are looking for a way out. You are looking for help. And when help presents itself and you decided to hold on to that, don't let go. Do yourself a favor, because you know what? It doesn't matter to me from a financial standpoint. It's not going to hurt me financially if you let go. It's not going to hurt the person who invited you in if you decide to let go. It's not going to hurt the company, the CEO, the leaders, etc., if you decide to let go. The staff, it's not going to hurt them if you decide to let go. Who is it going to hurt? It's going to hurt you and your family, okay? You and your family. That's who it's going to hurt. So do yourself a favor. Understand what it is that you're involved in. Understand that to build a real business of this magnitude does take time. Take time. You don't get to the well and ready to drink the water, then you walk away because, I don't know, something tells me that maybe I shouldn't drink it. You're dying of thirst and you get to the well and the water is there to quench your thirst, and then you refuse to drink from that well because somebody who has no sense, someone who has no real experience in this arena, that person is telling you nonsense and you're like, maybe I shouldn't drink. So let me just turn around and go look for another well. And by the time you try to get to another well, guess what happens? You die of thirst. You understand? You die of thirst. This right here, folks, this business called ONPASSIVE is exactly what you've been looking for all your life. All your life. Not just 10 months ago, not just 4 months ago, not just 10 years ago. All your life. You've been looking for a way out all your life. Okay? And here it comes. Finally, here comes a business that is going to set up everything for you. They're going to do all the heavy lifting for you. It was mentioned earlier, right? That, okay, you don't like to recruit, you can't refer other people, you can't sell, you can't do all these things. You can't set up a website, you don't know how to create content, right? You don't know where to go find traffic, buy traffic, send visitor. You don't know how to do any of those things. You don't even have a list. You don't have a contact list. Oh no, I don't contact my friends and family about stuff like that. Guess what? All of that is not even necessary. Why? Because the company got you covered. They're going to even get you that targeted traffic. In other words, they're going to even get you a list. Okay? They're going to get you a list of people that they can send over to your site. Understand this, right? To piggyback on what was said about Ashmafar, knowing that if ONPASSIVE was to fail, he's the one that will get the blame. Guess what? He knows that. And even though he knows that, guess what? He decided to build ONPASSIVE in a way that he doesn't get the praise. You do. Every single one of you, every single one of us, we get the praise because he sets it up so that that unique domain name, that website that you will have is yours. It's promoting you, it's branding you, not ONPASSIVE. Think about that. So wait a minute now, if this thing fails, I get all the blame. But if it succeeds, you get all the praise? Like you become the hero? Like really? That's exactly what Ash Mafara is doing. Think about that, folks. Who does that? Right? All these guys are running out looking for fame and fortune. I didn't join ONPASSIVE to be famous. I didn't join ONPASSIVE for everybody to know my name. None of that stuff. Right? We don't come on webinars because we want to show our face and hey, look at me, eh? Not at all. It's because people actually care about others. We care about our fellow human being. We want to see you succeed because our success is not tied to you. Our success is not tied to whether you come in or not. Our success is tied to the company selling products to people in the public arena, customers, not tied to you. So if we drop and get rid of every single founder who wants to cry and whine and complain and all of that stuff, guess what? ONPASSIVE is still going to succeed. And this is what our CEO is talking about, making a decision, choosing, am I on this side or am I on that side? Am I on the side of being an optimist, being positive, being patient, or do I want to be on the side of complainers and whiners, naysayers, all of that stuff? It's a choice in life. I've always tried to do the best thing, the right thing for myself, my family, and everyone that's around me. Everyone I come into contact with, I've always tried my best to help people. And that's what you're finding with a lot of leaders. It's in them. It's a conscious decision that they've made to do what they're doing in ONPASSIVE. We're not getting paid. Okay? We're not getting paid. We're just like you. We're not getting paid. We just decide to step up and go a little bit above and beyond to help our fellow human being. So folks, all of South Africa, all of ONPASSIVE, take courage and understand what it is that you have in the palm of your hands. Do not miss the mark. Don't let somebody else take away your joy. Don't let someone else take away your success because they can't deal with success. Folks, ONPASSIVE is a real company. It has real products. It's going to sell to the public, and we who are founders are going to benefit from it. It's as simple as that. And the world, meaning people that's outside of ONPASSIVE, they will come in and become customers. Why? Because there are people right now that are purchasing domain names. There are people right now that are purchasing tools, okay? Tools to use to shorten their URL. There are people right now, okay, that are using this platform we're on called Zoom. People are using AnyMeeting. People are using Skype, okay? So what does that say? It says that there's a demand for what ONPASSIVE is putting together. There's a demand for it, folks. So if you have products and there's a demand for your products, you are going to win. If you walk into a market in South Africa and you're selling, I don't know, oranges, bananas, you're selling fruits and vegetables, let's say, okay, just want to keep it basic, right? If everybody in the market is not looking for your fruits and vegetables, doesn't matter if there's 1 billion people sitting there, they're not looking for what you have. But if you go into the market with fruits and vegetables and everyone that comes is looking for fruits and vegetables, will they buy from you? There's no guarantee that they'll buy from you because they may see somebody else selling the same thing you're selling and it's cheaper, so they go over there. But guess what? The fact that you're selling, you're offering what they're looking for, now that increases the chance of them buying from you. And as soon as they buy that orange or banana from you, guess what happens? You make money, right? Money that you can put into your pocket. That's how ONPASSIVE works. Except we're talking about something that's on the internet. The company sets it up for you. They send all the traffic to the site for you. When customers go there and decide to buy, you make money. It is that simple. So everyone should be able to understand what ONPASSIVE is about. Keep it simple, folks. Don't get too technical with it. Don't worry about data center and government agreements and all this fancy stuff. All we need to know is that we can trust the CEO, We can trust the process. We can trust the company. We can trust the person who invited you in, because we're all going to win. Back to you, Lynn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. Just wanted to say something. Michael, I
Yeah,
do hope that people here listening, and also people who will listen to the recording, because this is being live streamed onto 20 channels, I do hope that there are people who are open-minded enough to hear your message, not only the thoughts and the concept that you have, but the passion that you clearly have for ONPASSIVE and your conviction. And I hope this is contagious to those who may not be quite there and not quite believers. They need to see the light. So thank you very much for spending that time with us. I think it's valuable, and we hope people get it, because this company will change people's lives for the better. Thank you, Michael Williams.
Thank you, Sister Lynn. And thank you, Brother Michael. I think that you've said it all. I believe that in life, everything is a risk. The food we eat, the water we drink, whatever, even the house we sleep in, the seat you sit on. But if you are not ready to risk, a calculated risk, there is no way you will rise unless you risk a calculated risk, planned life to bring success. So if you are afraid and always full of fear and negativity, there is nowhere you will go. And that is the reason why in the world, in our communities that we live in, there are always few people who make it bigger and controls the community or the economy. Why? Because many will always want to follow. Why? A few will always want to lead. Let ONPASSIVians be part of the leading team. Let us sacrifice, let us heal to this call, and it will really help all of us. I will want to ask a question that was sent, but before I do that, I want to call on Brother Alan G to unmute and then ask this question. Brother Alan, you have the floor. Brother Alan, please, can you unmute?
Okay, thank you.
I just asked him to unmute. Sorry for the delay, Alan.
Okay, thank you. It's hard to follow Michael there, what he had to say. So true. I'm one of those with positive outlook on life. I've always had it for a long time. But as I say, I'm very happy to be here and part of this. And I thought, for being South African, even though I better step up and from South Africa, say something. Thank you for everybody for being here, and thank you for a fantastic, informative webinar tonight. Thank you to all the speakers. Don't want to mention them in case I forget somebody. But what Michael said now in his last tirade was absolutely fantastic. People are so dubious and so skeptical as to believe what is in front of them. People still tell you no, they think it's a scam, they think it can't be true, it's too good to be true, and all this type of thing. And so, as I say, I'm one of those that has been a positive mindset, and I've been in just over 2 years now, and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Brother Alan. There is a specific question that is asked here and is directed to Mr. Michael Williams. And I'm just hoping that you will just unravel this. He says that, please, will ONPASSIVE allow us as founders to hold seminars in our communities after the launch? And under which guidelines will we be allowed to have or to host the seminars?
Well,
please, did you get a question?
Yes, I got the question, and the answer is yes. You know, when we start selling products to the public, right? It simply means that you can go and you can talk about all the products that people can purchase, you know, at that time, you can talk about the products them. You can let them know, to come in as a customer, etc. Even the option to become a reseller if they so choose, right? Because it's optional. So yeah, it'll be wide open as far as what you'll be able to present. Again, as long as you're telling the truth, that's all that matters. So if you're presenting the truth to people, that's the only guideline you really need to go by, okay? So yeah, it's going to be wide open, my friend. And I'm sure a lot of people will take advantage of that as far as making those presentations right around the globe. Okay, even though it's not mandatory, you don't have to do it. Okay, but I certainly know that some will take advantage of that opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. Sister Lane, take over and then continue.
Certainly. We'd like to bring Marty to the floor right now. Marty, would you come to the floor?
Yeah. I just want to add something real quick. Whatever you do, never chase somebody that's negative or a pessimist, because they're not looking for the truth, right? The truth could be right in front of their face. They're not going to believe it. I mean, I heard somebody say it's not real. They saw the stuff going up the Burj Khalifa, and they said, well, that's not really the Burj Khalifa, and that's not really a sign. So don't waste your time. I don't even do it with family. If family's negative and all that, I don't talk to them about ONPASSIVE. I just don't even bring it up. Much better speakers than everyone here in the history of mankind were told they were liars. They don't know what they're talking about. Don't go down that road. It's a waste of time. It'll drag you down if you hear too much of it. So just go on. If somebody thinks that way, say good for you. But it's better not even to, because I know people that'll argue with people like that. And no matter what answer you give, it's never going to be good enough. They see. If they don't see, they don't. It's always been the same. Always. If you look back in history, I just wanted to add that because I know some people get in almost arguments with people. It's not worth it. Just let it go. Look for the people that have vision and they believe what you believe. There's many, many out there. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to add that. So.
Thank you. That makes sense to me. And it'll save you lots of grief too. Believe me. Thank you, Marty. Alan, did you have anything else to say? Alan G?
No, thanks. I'm done.
Thank you so much. Okay, we go now to, oh, by the way, I want to say that if you have come into the chat, to this webinar just recently, please refer to the chat. We have the code of conduct that is posted there. It's not very far up for you to see it. Just scroll up a bit and it's right there. You guys are all doing really well. I just wanted to say I'm really pleased with the Q&A so far. People have been very appropriate. We haven't had any support questions and we've been keeping our questions and comments to a reasonable amount of time. So kudos to you. Let's keep it up. So now we go on to Munkaila Bala from Ghana. Go ahead and unmute yourself and speak, Munkaila. Do you see the unmute button?
Yes, please. I've seen it.
Oh, very good. Proceed.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, the whole world, family of ONPASSIVE. My name is Munkaila Bala, speaking from Ghana, precisely in the capital of Ghana, Accra. I have only one question, but before my question, my first matter is that we have to exercise patience. Slowly will never prevent arrival. Slowly will never prevent arrival. As Proverbs, our people say, a chameleon, whenever it's traveling even 1,000 miles, it's moving slowly. At the end of the day, it will reach the destination. Yeah, that is my first advice. My question is that, and as our Chief Executive Officer, the man with the golden heart, Ashmufaru said, you can never come in as a reseller or customer until you pass through a founder. Okay, now my question is that when I brought somebody as a reseller or customer, can the person also bring somebody? Or is only I alone can be bringing people, bringing people, bringing people? That's my question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu, the whole world. I love you all.
Thank you for your question, and we shall have somebody answer it for you. Who would like to take that?
Sure. I'll
Great,
take it,
Michael will
Lynn.
take it. Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so if someone chooses to become a reseller, okay, it simply means that they're going to be selling on passive products. So that individual will also be able to promote the products and services to others. So it's not just you as a founder, it's not only us as a founder, but you're gonna have others who will come in down the road, and they will have that ability or that option to be able to invite others as well. Okay, customers, even now, just think of, other businesses whereby you have people who are customers and they may refer someone, right? They may tell someone, hey, you know what? I just use this product. It's fantastic. It's great. We see people on, YouTube, as influencers, right? Twitter, etc. And they're promoting certain products, right? So it's no different. So you can't have someone who's a customer and they could actually influence other people to use the products of ONPASSIVE. Okay, so it will not only be limited just to you. Okay, what Mr. Ashmafar is saying, as we launch out to the public, for anyone to come into the company, they have to come through a founder. Okay, but that's initially, right? That's what he means. That's initially, right? For anyone to come, so they can't come any other way but through one of the 1.4 million that's already in. Okay.
All right.
That's
Does that answer your question, Moon Kaila? Are you good? Oh, you have to unmute yourself.
Very, very appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I'm satisfied with the answer. Thank you once again. Good night. Salam alaikum.
Thank you. Walaikum assalam. We appreciate you being here. Take care. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Now we go on to Loretta Anderson. You can unmute yourself, Loretta.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm very privileged to be able to speak with the family today. I am so inspired. The more I listen, the question that I had, it just melted away. And I thought maybe I should put my hand down, but I've never had a chance to be on the panel before. And ONPASSIVE is giving me things that I've never had before. I'm a grandmother. I've always wanted my own business. I always dreamed about being able to leave a legacy for my grandchildren, but I'm too old to go back to school and to try to start a career. And most of my life has been past, and I don't have a lot of time yet. So I Googled how to make passive income online during the pandemic. And that's what people were doing. And I found ONPASSIVE. And it was such a tremendous blessing. It was like, is it my lucky day? And my prayers are being answered. And I'm enjoying the process. I have to say, I don't understand my phone. I don't understand keywords or domain names. And I know they all have to work together, but I just feel like I'm in such good hands. And I'm so thankful for all of the leaders here that are putting us at ease, that You only need one. I only could afford one. And I'm grateful that nobody will be left behind, and even me. So thank you for allowing me to share. God bless you all.
That was just beautiful. And, you know, if this webinar and the speakers today have reached you, I hope they have reached others as well. And it's nice where you realize that what we have in our hand is so big and so wonderful that those little questions that we have maybe don't matter as much, right, Loretta?
No, they don't.
It pales in comparison, just knowing what was going to happen. And this is
Yes.
what Michael Williams is trying to instill in us, to have that understanding. You know, his
Absolutely.
presentation was very logical, but it was
Yes.
also passionate. So he's
Yes.
reaching us on a cognitive level as well as on an emotional level. And that's
Yes.
why Michael Williams is such a powerful speaker, I believe. He
Yes,
comes
he
to us
is.
at both sides, you know. And
Mhm.
obviously he reached you today, and your sharing was just beautiful. So thank you for coming and being here. And we're
Thank
all in
you.
a good place, Loretta.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Take care. Okay, we go now to Gladys Nyaburo, who is in the United States, but is also from Kenya. We'd love to hear from you, Gladys.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you, Apostle Mensa, Madi, all the leaders of Tech Pros. I don't want to name you because I will forget some. South Africa, hello. I'm very, very happy to be here today to join in this webinar. I was at work. I'm glad to have found that you are still on. And I just want to share something small because I know all the leaders have spoken the important part of the webinar. But I just want you to know that we are blessed to be founders in ONPASSIVE. As you know, we have challenges in Africa that we have said, we have promised so many founders that we are going to come together, do something to transform our continent. That's why we have formed different groups like Missionaries of Africa, where we are looking to come together and move from one country to the other, irrespective of which country that you come from. And by extension, we will also be ambassadors across the world as missionaries for Africa to the world. But to speak about ONPASSIVE, we have challenges like electricity, data. I know it's such a sacrifice for you to be here today on this webinar. But with ONPASSIVE, which is automated, which the company is going to do everything for us, you don't have to worry about the data to market your business. You don't have to worry about load shedding, which I think is common in Africa, especially in South Africa, the term you use is load shedding. You don't have to worry about that because the company is going to be on for us for 24/7. And just about the people who are doubting, don't worry about them. Because in life, to succeed, you have to make a decision. You yourself, I have to make a decision myself. In order for us to be able to accomplish the dreams that we have always carried within us, but we haven't been able to fulfill because of lack of finances, we have to make that decision as we became founders to stick in and to keep ourselves on top of what's happening, plug into the back office, listen to the webinars, and thank God that now they are streamed on YouTube. So I don't want to finish a lot of time. I really want to speak a lot, but I just want you to know you are in the right place. You made the right decision. The decision has to be for you and your family. Because when you are as a group, it's easy to influence one another. But also one thing to remember is that you are an individual, and whatever the decision that you make not only affects you, but affects others. So I'm very thankful. Thank you, South Africa. And I hope this meeting will happen again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gladys. You always have good things to share with us, and appreciate how you just motivate us when we hear you. I hear that passion all the time. Thank you very much, Gladys. All right, we go now to Tabassum Lamia. No video, but that's fine. Go ahead and speak, Tabassum. You can unmute.
Thank you, Miss Lean. I mean, I have already texted her that, okay, I tried to fix my background, but Zoom failed me. But I'm sure with the product that ONPASSIVE are going to offer me, it's not going to fail me ever. So
Yes.
yeah, I am very new to this webinar, not only this webinar, actually very new to ONPASSIVE. But as I'm hearing a lot of doubts, I know a lot of people are having doubts on the process and the time and saying, okay, keep patience or not. I myself have been studying in this industry like IT, and also I am teaching at the same time. It makes me so excited to see all the products that are it's more like a superstore for me, that I can get all the digital products in just one umbrella. So when I hear, I remember my friend saying, are you sure you're gonna take this? I mean, it can be, why? And I told her that, a lie or a scam cannot stay longer than a year or so, but it's here with, 4 years. And at the same time, the CEO and everyone is so transparent. They are not making anything, any false promises. And they are saying to trust the process. They never said it's going to come just tomorrow. Of course not. I know it takes a lot of time. There is a lot of process to ensure the security, like I said, the Zoom failed me. So they need to ensure everything the best. So for that, I am believing on ONPASSIVE. And I know the product is good. When people are doubting it, I'm definitely sure after a few months when I have the product to showcase and, just go to them and show them, see, this is what I was believing in. And I'm pretty much sure I'm excited about the Academy as well. I'm a teacher myself. I teach online. So this is gonna be a life-changing opportunity for so many of us who are very young professionals or, even exploring these stuff. So I understand there will be doubts, but I think a problem that I feel, maybe they did not have the right informations. There are so many misleading informations that they get from so many, scam news they hear always. But I think it's our responsibility as founders, as co-founders, to go out there, reach out and make it clear to them. And I think in few months when we have the products to showcase, we are gonna get those powers as well to be more confident with our speech and everything. So I'm hoping for the best for me, for everyone. And yes, my belief is there, my confidence with the, it's there. And also it's QA, the question answer session. I don't think I will have any other question rather than, hey, when is the next time we are hitting the next milestone? So regarding, apart from that, I'm not gonna have any questions so far. I trust the process and I trust that everyone is putting so much time and effort behind it. Thank you so much for giving me the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabassum Lamia. I hear that excitement in your voice, and it's just so wonderful. Thank you for sharing. All right, now we go on to
1 second, Lynn. Sorry again.
Oh, not at all.
Sorry to
Interrupt
butt in.
anytime.
Yeah, I just for clarity, right? Just for clarity, we're not trying to send a message that there are so many people that are negative, or you understand, we're not talking about thousands of people or anything like that. It's just that we want every single person who's a founder to win, like every single one. If there's 5 people that are negative, we want those 5 people to win. If there's 10, we want those 10 to win. You understand? So we're not trying to send a message that, half the people or hundreds of thousands or that. That is not it at all. We just want every single person. Not one person gets left behind. Not one person. So if there's even one person that's having doubt, we just want everyone to be able to win, to be able to benefit from what is coming. Okay.
Thank you. Very good. Let's see. All right. So I wanted to.
Hello, Sister Lynn.
Yes. Oh.
I think Brother Oliver's hand is up. So may we please allow him to speak?
Sure. Before I do, I wanted to say that Mr. Mafara has messaged us and he is watching this webinar right now, and he would like to share his thoughts with us. So I'm going to read what he just said.
Wow.
He's really, really excited, and he's been with our webinar. So, I mean, he's part of us. He's very busy. He cannot appear in person, but he is listening. He wants to say, right now, as we speak, we are preparing to launch the biggest business ever, in capital letters, ever, with the most revolutionary impact, including the past and present and possibly the future. And it's hard to define how we should feel about that. So this Mr. Mufara is very, very excited, and he couldn't wait to impart his thoughts to you. So I hope that excites you. And if you guys have any other comments, I guess we can continue our question and comments. If anybody, any of our co-hosts or our co-hosts want to say anything in regards to what Mr. Ash Mufara said, let me let Oliver speak. Let me ask. Go ahead, Oliver. This is a good time.
Yes. I just wanted to say what Michael Williams just spilled out. Also, Mr. Michael Williams just spilled out what I wanted to say. But also, I want to add again that I just want the founders, especially in South Africa, to understand that this is your business. We can't really stress this is your business. You have to take control over your business. A business that everything is automated for you, and a company that has control over everything from data center, double backup, double internet, that we do have in our data center. All our data is within our control, you know. So this is your business. Take control over your business, and in fact, you will enjoy it. And for the 1.4 million customer founders that we are here today, God has seen your heart. That is why you are here today. We have more than 6 or 7 billion people all over the world today, but the 1.4 million plus founders is because God has seen your heart, and God knows that you are going to touch and impact lives. So please take control of your business. Go over the back office, read and understand what is going on in there. That's just what I wanted to add. Michael Williams to what just said what I wanted to say. So thank you, William.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I'm so used to being the moderator.
Go ahead.
But I just wanted to
so
it's the habit that I have. It's a bad habit. But I just wanted to say that, your comments, Oliver, are in line with Mr. Mufara, as we know he's listening to us today. But he has always said that he wants us to get engaged. And how are we going to get engaged? We're going to engage through the back office. Let's not depend on social media for information about the company. We go directly to the source. That is to our back office. So I do agree with you, Oliver, on that. Thank you very much. Now we'll take it to
thank you so much, Mr. Lane. I just wanted to use this opportunity to say the South African community, we want to say thank you, Mr. Ash Mufara, for lending us your ear on this webinar. And we thank you for the great inspirational word. You have always inspired us. And so giving us this is just a compounded top up for what you always give us. We are so grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Apostle Mensah.
Mr. Lane, take over.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, now we'll continue with our Q&A, with our question and answer and comment session. We will begin with Marcienne, and let's remember to try to keep our comments and questions to about 1 or 2 minutes, all right? So we can unmute you, Marcienne Himabu. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much, Auntie Lane. Thank you to all the South Africa founders. Thank you to all our leaders in the house. Thank you, Ash Mufara. My name is Marcienne Himabu. I'm speaking to you all from the great state of Texas. And my city is Houston. I'm also a founder, and I'm your friend. So this was a very great webinar. And I just wanted to say, I have a lot of things. A fresh start is not a place, it's a mindset. Dreams are extremely important. You cannot do it unless you imagine it. Be someone light when they are hopeless. The best thing in life comes with patience. If you are alone, I will be your shadow. If you are not happy, I will be your smile. Build a grand vision, believe in it, it will happen, then watch the magic unfold. Those are what Mr. Ash Mufara has done for us. He is our friend. He's building a grand vision for us. All we have to do is believe in it. And since I joined this great company, I believe on his vision. I am just the happiest person. For those who know me, I dance, I smile, I laugh every day because I know somebody had my back and somebody is working for me. And tomorrow is going to be a better day for me. And I think all founders, all we have to do is to keep taking care of our back office every day, just knowing that, borrow from our friend, Uncle Oliver, we are fine. We are fine. Mr. Ash Mufara have done all the job. He's working tirelessly for us. And the leader are doing the same thing. Let's go to our back office 3-4 times a day and just be connected and sit down and wait. Relax, just enjoy, because the great things is coming and we are going to be okay. Thank you so much for having me. This was a great webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Marciana. Sister Lynn, let's bring Brother Andy on, please. His hand has been on for long.
Oh, all right. I didn't see his hand. I'm sorry, Andy. Go ahead, Andy Burks.
No, I haven't had my hand up. I've had my hand there. Sorry.
Oh, all righty. Okay, no problem. All right, so we will now continue with Rosalind Menga. You can unmute yourself and speak, Rosalind. There's an unmute button for you. There you go.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Pastor Mensa. Hello, all our great leaders in the house. Hello, all the founders that are on this great webinar. I salute you all. I am talking with a lot of excitement. The webinar has been very, very informative, educative, and motivating. I want to thank all our leaders very, very much. Michael, Marty Digamo, Mike Ellis, and all the leaders. Lee, I think you all are doing a great job for all of us. Most of all, I have always said ONPASSIVE is from the divine, and God is just using Ash Mufere to bless mankind. And from that angle, and each time I hear Ash speaks, I sit and wonder and thank God for the day he was born, because it seems he has a mission on this earth, and we can just continue to be happy and to thank God that we are part of that mission. I joined ONPASSIVE. First of all, I'm Rosalind. I'm in the US now, but from Cameroon. I'm right now in Greenwich, Connecticut. I joined ONPASSIVE in 2020. And since then, I have enjoyed the process and I continue to enjoy it. You see the growth, you can tell the story, and all I can say is to other founders, even those who just came in in 2022, those who came in June towards the close of the founding position, those who are now taking their pending position, who are just fully the founders now, I want to encourage all of them that this company is a done deal. That's the word Ash uses all the time. You do it or you die. He has his two promises. We succeed and we succeed. There is no room for failure in his agenda. And so we should be comfortable and be happy and thank God that we are able to be part of something that we sit and relax and somebody is carrying all the load and the weight for us. As all our leaders always ask us to do, all we need to do is just to go to our back office. Is that too much for us to do? I don't think so. Because you do it at your convenience, wherever you are, you can be in your office and you log into your back office. You can do that even in the market, even in the shopping mall. You can think of it and take your phone and dial and look, check your back office. I don't think that is too much to do. And so we should be comfortable with that and just build and multiply our dreams. As I cannot imagine a CEO building a company and just asking people he wants to help to multiply their dreams over and over. In fact, I don't know what else to say rather than say we thank God for Ash. We'll continue to pray for him and his family. And we continue to thank you, all the leaders who keep encouraging all the founders, sacrificing your time, sleepless nights, daytime, afternoon. You are there to make sure that we follow the path that Ash is leading us into. Thank you very much. I am very, very grateful to God, and I'll continue to. I don't even want to use the word wait patiently. Which patient? Somebody is doing the work and they say, then you wait patiently. You should wait when the Lord work is done. It's almost done. So I just want to say we should all be grateful to our CEO, and most importantly, we continue to pray for him and his family that God should grant him the wisdom and the energy to do what he is doing, because he needs it. It's only by God's grace that you can have the kind of heart that he has and do what he is doing. Thank you very much. It was a wonderful webinar. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you, South Africa and Pastor Mensah, for initiating this webinar for us. Thank you.
Thank you for your beautiful words. And, Mr. Mufara is listening to you speak, as and he feels encouraged, I'm sure, and inspired by your what you said today. So thank you very much, Rosalind.
Thank you, Lynn.
Okay, now we're going to take it to Pat Parent. Come on down, Pat Parent.
Hello, South Africa. I am grateful, blessed, and honored to be here to speak. And after listening to this amazing webinar, and Michael, Marty, Andy, Dan, Mike, and so many other strong leaders that have been guiding us through right from my day one. And Mr. Ash, I'm so glad you're listening, because I really want to go back to the basics like Chris and Marty and them and Red have said. I remember our vision statement from a long time ago. ONPASSIVE is the ultimate, complete, unique digital marketing platform that ensures everyone, I have to emphasize, everyone succeeds regardless of their background and ability by offering the simplest environment with the highest standard and the most value with our sustainable and benefits of our products. I believe it says sustaining and the benefits of global stimulus plan, but I have to say value for our sustainable products. I don't know if that's ever changed or not. And then I have to be very grateful for the Lord for what he has given me each and every day, and to my sponsor for bringing ONPASSIVE to us. We need to be really thankful for that, because without our sponsor, we wouldn't even know Mr. Ash Mufara. And I am so grateful that Mr. Ash's vision has gotten to me as a founder. So I'd like to say I'm a very proud and honored founder of ONPASSIVE, and my name is Patricia Parent, and I am your friend everywhere across the globe. We are one massive family. So a little bit about what was spoken today was value. Stay calm before the storm. Keep your mindset open. Listen to every message that has been spoken, because there is something there. I take notes at every meeting, webinar, lives, wherever I can. And if we stay involved and connected, we're not going to be lost. We'll know where we're at. We'll keep everything going as it's supposed to go. And if we give Mr. Ash all the gratitude and appreciation, which he deserves so much, there's not even words that I can even say how grateful, thankful, and blessed I am to be a part of it. And yes, I'm not a marketer and I'm not a tech person, but knowledge is powerful. And the more I'm able to learn and to share, I am grateful. Another thing was Chris brought up in his live, breathable income. And like Michael was saying, if we made that extra $200 or $500, that is a breathable income for me. I live on a disability with very little. So any extra I can make, and the system being all done for me, and Mr. Ash doing all the marketing, yes, I know myself, I will continue to share and care my website and domain name, anything to brand myself and the company to get it out there to the globe. This is what each founder will need to do to help themselves. And the Lord always says, we need to help ourselves, share, care, have a passion, be open and honest about everything. So when we connect to the back office and we see the webinars, jump on, catch a YouTube record, do a live. And I want to really thank Michael Williams for yesterday's webinar that he attended. I think it was called the Dream Team. I enjoyed it immensely. And today is another one. There's so much knowledge given out today for any new founders. And I've been in 3.5 years and I still get knowledge. And learning is powerful, is what I have to say. So going back to what Chris had said about breathable income, please check my post in the back office in O Network. I believe everyone needs a breathable income and what it will do for you.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
everyone. Great
Thank
to
you,
be
Pat.
here.
Pat is a powerful speaker, and if you've seen her live, you will know what I mean. She has a way with words, so we really appreciate Pat. All right. Okay, now we go on. Apostle Mensa, I hear your voice. Are you trying to say something?
Yeah, I wanted us to bring one brother on. Thank you, Sister Lynn. If this brother, if there is any webinar, ONPASSIVE webinar, and you never saw him, then it means that that webinar is not in existence. Brother Mamodu, can you unmute and then ask your question?
Go ahead, Mamodu.
Yes. Oh, let me put my mask on. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, South Africans. Thank you very much. You know, I'm just so happy and honored to say thank you and to express my thanks and appreciation to my noble CEO for giving me this opportunity. You see, anytime I talk to you all, you will see me in my attire, walking, helping people. So I just want to say thank you very much. And this has been a great webinar, very informative and very educative. So I'm just appealing to all my fellow ONPASSIVians, you know, to plug in and stay plugged in, you know, and make sure whatever you can, attend some webinars, because the more you attend, the more educated you will be. And the more knowledge you will get for your own company, for your own business. You know, I'm just so grateful, and thank you all. Thank you all the leaders and all the speakers that have spoken. Thank you very much. God bless you all. I don't have any question, you know. I don't have any question in terms of ONPASSIVE.
Thank you,
No.
Momodu.
God bless you.
Good to hear from you as usual. Now we go on to Victor Ogunmaladi, and I always like to hear from Victor. He's an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker. So you're in for a treat. Go ahead, Victor.
Yeah, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to be here this evening. I'm from UK. I want to first of all appreciate our CEO for what he's doing for us, working tirelessly every day, day and night. I want to appreciate all our tech teams that are making things to happen. There are people that make things to happen, and there are people that just watch things how it will happen. And there are people that doesn't believe that anything can happen. And I want to congratulate all our funders, all our South African funders, and all our leaders that are making things happen for us all over the world. Thank you, Michael Williams. Thank you, Mati Digamo, Lynn Nakamoto, and all the leaders that I cannot mention because of the time. I want to congratulate you all for being here, you know, tonight. We are in the great shape of our life. And I want to really, once again, appreciate our CEO. This is a company that has built all this product for us without your input. A company that will drive traffic for you. A company that will do everything for you from A to Z without you lifting a finger. There is no company like that on the planet. As a motivational speaker, I've traveled to so many parts of the world. You know, I've mingled with leaders around the whole world. I have never seen anything as good as ONPASSIVE. This is a company that gives the whole world value. I see no reason why over 5 billion will not come to our company to use our products, to become resellers. And how do they come in? They come in through the funders that are here already. And that is why I always congratulate all our funders that are already in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the grandfather of this company. And that is why I want you to believe in yourself, believe in your company, support Ash vision so that things will work for all. What do you determine to become? What is your goal? What is your aspiration? Where do you want to be in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time, in 4 years' time? The ball is your court. You are the star of your show. I have become a funder. That was 2020. And I can tell you, my life has never been the same. I've been going from strength to strength, from glory to glory. I'm telling you, ONPASSIVE is a godsend because nobody introduced me to ONPASSIVE. I came into ONPASSIVE through a video that I saw made by Red Frame and Roger Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the greatest company on the planet. I have never, ever seen anything like this before. Determination does not welcome negativity. Determination does not welcome excuses. Determination does not welcome failure. You are in, you are going to win. And I want to tell you, understanding will make you outstanding. And that is why I'm encouraging you all Don't fail in coming to webinars. Don't fail to go to your back office and see what is happening there. So that is what I want to encourage you today. Believe in yourself, believe in your company, believe in Ash Mufara, and I can tell you, your life will never, ever, ever remain the same. I repeat, your life will never, ever, ever remain the same. We are in to win it. Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, let's take it to the gallery. Let's give him a hand. I mean, he always inspires me. Good job, Victor. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, now we're going to take it to James Gamelli. Before I go to James Gamelli, I want to say this so I don't forget. So this webinar is the first of 2 parts. So we're going to have a second part, and that is going to be next week at the same time, same day. So it's going to be next week, Monday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We're having Michael Williams, the OTech pros as usual, and we will have a time for more question and answers. So please join us. We will post it in the back office as well as on social media. So please, please join us and spread the word. Tell your teams. It's open to everyone, all right? Of course, to South Africans. We're trying to be able to give information and guidance to our South Africans as well. Thank you so much. Next, we go on to James Gamelli of Ghana. You can unmute yourself now.
Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Gamelli from Ghana. In fact, I'm very happy to be here and to be part of the people in this noble company. In fact, whenever I log into our back office and our new website every day, and I see things that goes on there, in fact, I'm always lost of words. Because yesterday alone, when I log into our new website, the things I see, the way the website was blinking. In fact, I even took video of it to show to people to see the amazing things we have. It's truly that you, the leaders, you have been saying that the website alone will bring a lot of traffic. And as a technical person in the IT industry, I have seen truly what you people are talking about. Because yesterday when I logged in, I saw the website and I was like, hey, I haven't seen any website so nice like this before. And I can say thank you very much for the hard work you are doing on our behalf. And we will do our possible best to support you, and the whole world will hear of us. Thank you. God bless you very much.
Thank you, James. We are now going to take it to the co-hosts that are present here today. I want to see if there's any final words for any of our speakers and co-hosts, and then we will end with Sam Mensah, who will give final words, all right? So anybody, I want to make sure I give you an opportunity to speak. Any of our co-hosts that have any words to say? Okay, if not, we'll go on to Sam Mensah.
Before I speak, I will maybe bring in Mr. Michael William. Will you want to say something?
I always have something to say. Maybe too much sometimes. You know, we just can't get enough of this company. You know, like, can you imagine how people are excited about ONPASSIVE and yet they have not made any money as yet? Right? Like, just think about that. Have you ever been in another business where people are excited and yet they're not making any money? Like, to me, that's an indicator, right? Like, that should tell us something. You know what I mean? If there's one thing that people are looking at when it comes to ONPASSIVE, you know, that should show them, you know, that this is something totally different. It's that fact that you have people who are passionate, people are excited, people are convinced, they're convicted, all of that stuff, right? And not just for a minute. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, you know, I'm 30 days in and I'm all excited. No, I'm talking about people who've been here for 4 years. Think about that. 4 years you've been part of the process of building what ONPASSIVE is, and you're still excited today as if you just got in last night. Right? Think about that, folks. There must be a reason, no? Right? I'm a logical person, right? I like to look at things, you know, using logic, right? Things have to make sense. It has to be simple. If it's too complicated, I don't want any part of it, right? It has to be simple. We have to be able to see what we want to see in it from day one. And everything that I wanted to see in ONPASSIVE was there, even from day one. Why do I say that? Because to me, the driving force was the fact that you're going to deliver something that anyone, regardless of their background, whether they've got university degrees, whether they have elementary, you know, education, doesn't matter the religion, like none of that stuff, right? Didn't matter what country. You could be in the most remote part of this earth, and as long as you have access to the internet, you can get yourself in. And even if you don't have access to the internet, but you can communicate with someone, you can still get yourself in, right? That's what this business is about. ONPASSIVE is for the people. It was actually built and created for the people, for you, for me, for all of us. That's what ONPASSIVE is, folks, right? We know when it comes to, you know, being compensated, that we have something that is revolutionary, meaning what? It's never been done before, right? We have something that is proprietary when it comes to the compensation plan, how we will get paid. Meaning what? That it's exclusive. We ONPASSIVE have exclusive right to that pay structure. It's privately owned and managed, okay? This is not something that, oh yeah, when I was in that company, that's what we had. Or when I was in that other company, yeah. No, this is different. And it's refreshing that it's different, folks, because if you join all these other companies that have this great pay structure, great products, all these things, everything, and you are unable to succeed in them, why would you want to see the same thing in ONPASSIVE? Doesn't it make sense that there has to be something different about ONPASSIVE, right? Because you're looking for different results, right? So it has to be, folks, right? You have the ability to earn unlimited income, which simply means there's no limit. It means there's no limit. No one's going to say, well, you know what, Marty DeGarmo, you already made, you know, $100,000, so therefore you can't make any more. We have to cap you, right? I've been in businesses that they cap you. They said, nope, this is the max that you can make. Why? Think about any real company. If that company continues to sell products and sell products and sell products and sell products, do they not continue to make money? So then why should there be a cap? ONPASSIVE is your own business that will continue to sell products and sell products and sell products. So as long as that is happening, folks, why would there be a cap? It wouldn't make any sense, right? So this is what I mean about logic, right? We have a business that is being built for longevity, right? It's being built to sustain generations to come. Don't you want to leave a legacy for your family? Right? You know, in the past little while, you know, there's been some, you know, members around us who have passed away and so on, right? When I think of that, and I think of some of them passed away, didn't have a life insurance policy. A life insurance policy is something simple to have, you know, that can leave a legacy for people, right? It's not just for final expenses, okay? Something as simple as that. And most people go through life and they don't have a life insurance policy, right? ONPASSIVE can be that life insurance policy for you and your family. ONPASSIVE can be that vehicle that will leave that legacy long after you're gone, right? We all ain't gonna live forever, not in this life anyways, okay, right? So guess what? It is a good feeling to know that my family is gonna be taken care of, whether I'm here or not. Whether I'm here or not, they're gonna be taken care of. Why? Because we have a business that is willable, is transferable, all that good stuff. So once again, take courage. Understand that you are in the last business that you will ever need.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael Williams, for this great concluding message. We are so grateful. Before I continue, I want to also invite our great man, Mighty Digamo, to give us a word as we conclude this wonderful webinar.
Yeah, I hear Mike, and every time I hear him, I have to say something. Can't help myself. I was thinking, it's the only business, all the years I've been online, and most people witness success. They never get to be part of it. This company's for you. All those people you saw walk across stage with that big check, you get to become the successful. And remember something very, very important. It was said a few times today. No one will enter ONPASSIVE except through a founder. And listen, there will be thousands and thousands of resellers coming in, because if they see what I see, if you market online and you see what I see, they're coming. And the difference will be they'll be somewhere on your team. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. No longer you have to be a spectator to success. You get to become successful. It's so powerful, so powerful. And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Mari. It was so inspiring. Brother Collins, do you want to say a word as we conclude?
Yeah, really, I didn't want to say anything, but Michael and Madi just brought something up, which I always say, these two guys, they are big marketers. They know everything about marketing, and what they are saying is true. But where I'm coming from now is the technology part. A lot of founders don't know how much IT company are making. I have seen it. I'm there. My 9-to-5 job is technology, building software from scratch for major companies. And I know the money simple functionality can give. Show me the function, I'll tell you how much they can sell in the market. What I want to say here is, it is a privilege for us to be a founder in an IT company, a giant IT company. It's a privilege. It will never happen. I will tell you, my company, a man came in to get a share, a founder. You know how much he paid? £1 million to become. £1 million. It is not easy to even go close to an IT company. And we, a founder, and people still look at it and you doubt, like what Michael Williams said. Ash don't need us to become the world richest man. Put this product out there, Ash will become the world richest man overnight. So when people question it, I'm asking, I said, do you really know what you are saying? The only thing I always tell a lot of founders is either you are in or you go out and you put money in our pocket, because there is no way you will not use this product. There is no way. It's either you stay in and reap the benefit or go out and pay me. We are using Google today. We don't have any choice. TikTok, all of them, we are using them. And we are going crazy. Facebook and ONPASSIVE is coming with something massive, different things that will blow the whole world. 5.5 billion customers. And you said, no, I don't want it. My friend, we have to check. Go sometimes, go and check your brain. Because there is something wrong with you if you refuse ONPASSIVE. You will never, ever get this again. That's just what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Collins. I want to, before I ask the next person to speak, I want to say a big thank you to our brother, John Barilla. He has really been the one in charge of things going behind the scene, in the box, in the check box and all that, the chat box. So we thank you so much for the great work that you are doing behind. Thank you so much. We want to ask Brother Mike Ellis to unmute and then add his voice.
Yeah, start with thanks for inviting us to the webinar. It's been terrific. And I'll make this very, very short. We've been here a long time, and Marty and Michael and Collins, they've said everything, but I do want to piggyback off of Michael and Marty and just leave everybody with this one thought. ONPASSIVE, for you and I, those individuals participating with ONPASSIVE, this is not hard. It's not hard. You just have to make the decision to participate. And why is that? We all know it's because of the way Mr. Mufara has structured ONPASSIVE, and the way he structured it, he hasn't left anything out. You have a business in ONPASSIVE. Mr. Mufara has put everything into that business that you need to succeed. And that last phrase is the most important. He's put everything in there for you to succeed, and you will, guaranteed. As ONPASSIVE launches, over time, each and every one of us will get to that place, I believe, that we don't worry about finances. That's where we all want to be. But understand, this is not difficult. Just plug in, participate where you can, and do the things that Mr. Ash Mufara wants us to do. Again, not difficult things. And from there, yeah, we're set, guys. So that's it, Lynn. Yeah, we're good, guys. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mike, for the great words. You always speak, and then it spikes me up for great things. Thank you so much. We want to call Sister Gladys to also unmute. Sister Gladys Nyaboro, Kenya, to unmute and then say a word. My wonderful, beautiful, hardworking lady.
Thank you so much, Apostle Mensah, Lynn, and all the leaders and all who spoke and who attended. This is a great webinar, great speeches that have been given, or educative information from our leaders. We need to have this coming together around the globe. ONPASSIVE is a free gift that we have received. And looking at our CEO giving himself to brand us, I just want us to go this evening after the meeting, just in your quiet time, ask yourself, who will you say that do or die for somebody else, if not for yourself and your family? Myself, I know there is nobody. I cannot put my life on the line for everybody else, but he has done that. But he has told us to leave the heavy weight on him. He's branding us, and let us give our time just to listen, to take in the information. And I can guarantee you, if you get plugged in and keep up, you will not question, you will not doubt, because you will understand. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Let's stay united, stay positive, stay connected. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sister Gladys. Sister Marcina, can you just voice out something now?
Thank you so much, South Africa. Thank you for all these great words that we have learned from our leaders around the world today. And like all the previous speakers said, ONPASSIVE supposed to be our way to go. It's only one way. There's no return. So let us know that this company is built for us because somebody see that we are in need. And he decided, just like my sister Gladys said, to create something that will uplift us, something that will help us, something that is going to put us where we really wanted to be, but there was no way for us to achieve it. And all he wants us to do is to believe on it, believe on him, and believe on what he's doing. He has given us more value. Remember, in the beginning, we came in and we did not even know why we were coming in. We didn't see nothing. We believe on him then. What happened today? We have more value than expected every day. So thank you so much, South Africa. Thank you to the world. Thank you, Ash Mufara. We are just so much in need to win it. And all we have to do is to keep being happy, check our back office, plug in, and you get it. I choose to pay now and play later. That's what I choose. And I believe all of us, we did the same. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much, Sister Messiana. I will want Brother Andy Bex to give us the last word here. Brother Andy Bex.
The last word. Oh, my word. Everyone said so much today, but like Michael Williams, I like numbers. So let me give you an idea. We're not asking you to recruit because, as I said, I'm not very good at that. But let me give you a power of numbers. I'm going to give you an example. This is not what the company will do. This is just an example on the power of numbers. So I'm going to suggest that the company will provide 3 customers for you very quickly. And then from then on, it's going to take 3 months for the company to then provide 3 for those 3 customers and another 3 for you. So it'll go you plus 3 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, plus your 4 is 16, 16 times 4, 48, plus your 16, 64, 64 times 3, 192, plus your 64, that's 256. Now, at the end of that first year, you got 256 customers in your customer base. But here's the key. If you look to share this opportunity, share this business, share the fact that people can build their own businesses as a reseller once their position reopens, and you've shared that with 9 others, you can multiply those figures I gave you by 10. So instead of 256, you'd have 2,560. That's 10 times the income. Hope that helps. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Brother Andy. And you'll never lose, Wes. Thank you so much. This is where we will bring our webinar to a close. We want to say thank you in the first place to our leader with a golden heart, Mr. Ash Mufara, for giving us this opportunity. We are so grateful to you, sir. And I want to say thank you so much. Sister Lane, you cannot always be hiding behind there. You've done such a great work, and we appreciate you a lot for what you have done. Thank you so much, Mr. McKay Williams, that you always and always selflessly try your best to unravel everything that needs to get us educated. We thank you, Brother Collins and the OTech team, Brother Oliver. We thank you, Mr. Mike Ellis and Brother Andy, and all the leaders. If I could not mention your name, forgive me. We are so grateful for your participation, for educating us, answering the questions, and we are so grateful. We hope that next week, Monday, the same time, when we gather again, we will be able to have more on our table. At this juncture, we say thank you so much. We appreciate you. May Sister Lane unmute all of us. So that...
And remember Marty DeGarmo to thank him.
Yes, good. The Almighty. Thank you so much. When I said the Almighty DeGarmo, I'm so grateful. When we talk about all the airing and everything, we are so grateful to you, Mr. Marty DeGarmo, for what you have done. We salute you for the good work, and we are so grateful. Thank you so much. If there is anybody we could not say thank you, we are saying bless you. We are grateful just for being here. We love you all. We are all in it to win it. Sister Lane, take over now.
I would like to also thank, Apostle Sam Mensah. He took the initiative to start this webinar. He saw a need within the South African, excuse me, in the South African community, and he wanted to arrange for speakers. And so we want to thank him for taking that initiative. Appreciate you very much for that. Thank you. And don't forget now, everybody, if anybody came in last minute, we're having part 2 of this webinar series next week. It's going to be on Monday. That will be August 22 at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. And we will be posting it in the back office, and you'll see it posted on social media as well. Please share with your teams. Please share with everyone you know. It is going to be streamed on 20 YouTube channels as we did today. So please spread the word. At this time, we're going to wrap up. We hope that you really got benefit out of this webinar. I did personally get some things out of this webinar. So we want to now take it to the gallery, and we will allow you all to say goodbye to one another. All right, you can say bye-bye to each other.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Webinar. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Great,
Bye.
great webinar. Great info.
Bye-bye. Good
Thank you
evening.
so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Have
Bye,
a blessed
everybody.
night. Thank
Thanks,
you very
Celine.
much.
Thanks,
Bye,
Apostle
all.
Bye. Have a
Thank
good
you
Mensa.
night.
very much.
Everybody.
Thank you,
Bye.
South
Bye.
Africa.
Thank you
Thank
from
you,
South
everyone.
Haven, Michigan.
Bye. Sweet.
Love you all.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
South
Everyone.
Africa.
Thank you
Awesome
all.
webinar.
Everybody.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
brother.
Everybody,
Beautiful webinar.
wonderful speakers.
Hi,
Good
Sister
webinar.
Mbali.
Wonderful webinar.
Thanks,
Thank
Lynn.
you.
I need to
Thank
win.
you,
Thank you,
Angelica.
Lynn.
English.
Thank you.
Greetings from PNG.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Love
Bye,
you
Uh,
all.
everyone.